And welcome to
the Highest Fuck Podcast with your boys.
This is Matt Jackson
and Jedi Joe motherfucking cool. And we're here with On the Fly
with Matt and
Joe. Interviews.
And we're doing an interview
What's up,
tonight.
y'all?
I'm kind of hyped about it because this is the first interview of this year for us. And this guy's going to call us in like 5 minutes. Somebody we know. I know him personally. I've worked with him in the ring and trained with him and stuff.
But
anyway,
Plaza Tobacco.
we're going to have Josh Valen on. The Gigolo.
Josh Valiant.
Not Valiant. Valen. So anyway, so we got the Gigolo, Josh Valen. Anyway, so we're going to sit you down the Southwest Plaza. Tobacco and Vape. We're going to send you over to McDonald's. I don't know.
Just go to Shopping Center, Tobacco and Vape.
Support your local, businesses. McDonald's.
Yeah, go to places.
McDonald's is not our local business, but it is somewhere it's local. But, yeah. So go down there to 716 Wings. Yeah, man, you can get the whole bag. You can go preserve the whole bag for yourself. You can get your pool table, play pool table.
Get some friends together and go
yep.
At the skating rink.
Yep, and that's just, we're going to do all them things. And this is a big year, like I said, we're going to do some things. Like we did some interviews last year. We did some really good interviews last year. We had some really good ones. But we're going to bust our chops on this next one here. We've got this guy, Josh Valen, on the podcast here in a minute. We'll have him on. And, I've known him for a minute. And he's a good dude. He's a good friend of mine. And like I said, we've trained in the ring a little bit. We did a little bit of stuff. I did the Bray Wyatt spot with him. He wanted to do the Bray Wyatt thingamajigger. So we did that and all that stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, we're going to have him on the show. And it's really cool. He's from Pure Pro Wrestling.
Pure Pro Wrestling.
He goes all over the place, though. He's going to travel all over the place. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. He said he wants to talk about a lot of stuff. He said he wants to talk about his jail time, all this other stuff. So we might be diving into some stuff.
Cool.
This evening on the podcast. So we're going to start this year off good. Still in January, too, bro.
Yeah.
Still in January. So anyway, after these messages, after these messages, we will be getting into the interview with Josh Valen.
Cool.
And we are here with Josh Valen.
We're here with Josh Valen, guys.
The Gigolo, is that right?
That's right, the ladies' delight, the men's fright, the bee's knees, the salt and the sleaze.
Bam.
I love it.
Yeah, I do too. That's good.
Yeah, I do. I'm trying to keep up with Jimmy Love. You know, he's got those promos when he comes out to the ring, you know, so I like to try to keep up with him just to keep him on his toes.
That's good. I like how that, how you worked that in there. I like that. I couldn't re-say it. But, after a while, probably.
Right, yeah, it took me a little bit. But, we do this talk show every Wednesday for BT. We'll film it on it. It airs Thursday nights at 10 for BTW. And I've been doing it every week for the past, it's been a while since I've been doing it. So, it's every week it's mental training or whatever. So, just after a while I needed something to say on there. So I had to come up with something. So I ended up saying it several times a week. It's the only reason I can remember it.
That's awesome, man. So how you been lately?
Good, man. I've just been busy. I was in Winston-Salem last night for Viva La Lucha. Okay. We were actually at some kind of it was an elementary school. In the evening time. I've done one of these shows with them before where we actually wrestled for the school kids or whatever, during the day. But it's just a regular evening show, and it was me and Yabba Dabba Daddy versus Amish Country.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, Amish Country, yeah.
Me and Joe Cole was wondering what they were called. We didn't know what they were called. I like called them Amish.
The guys, yeah.
They're on, they got Facebooks, Jedediah Hoskins, Hezekiah Hoskins, and Betsy the Chicken. They all have Facebook pages.
Betsy has her own Facebook page. That's great.
Yeah, that's some wild shit. Like that one night we went out there for man, what was it night? Fuck, Tommy's night.
Tommy's tribute
Yeah,
night.
Tommy's night when they had the Kentucky Fried Chicken
Buckets.
all on the outside, man. Man, that was wild.
Hey, that shit works everywhere. It works from Danville, Virginia. See that night you seen us in Danville? We were after that show. We went to Florida to Miami and worked on Reefer Mania. So I've seen that KFC chant work everywhere from fucking from Bluefield, West Virginia to Miami, Florida. It's universal. It works everywhere.
And that is what I love.
That's wild. That's actually pretty wild.
Expand, like, when we talk about, I do this in interviews all the time. I talk about the culture of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, that's a thing for me. Every time I've done an interview, Joe Cool likes to talk about the culture of professional wrestling. In different places around the states and around the world, whatever that you've been in the culture of professional wrestling. And it's funny that particular thing is so universal that it spans all of that culture.
Yeah, definitely, man. Psychology works just anywhere, no matter the style or whatever. It's you can go do the Southern wrestling thing, anywhere. New York, it don't matter. It works. It works to an extent everywhere.
Because it's not their norm.
Yeah.
I would say, right? It's not their real norm and stuff. That's another thing that we like on this show is the psychology of wrestling. That is my favorite part of wrestling is the psychology. Everybody's like, they say what they say. I'm not going to go into details what people tell us, but I'm just like, okay. And you don't see what I see, then, you're not seeing it.
It's layers. It's it's a lot to it, man, but it's really amazing. It took me years to really get it. I don't think I really started to grasp the psychology part of the business till I was probably in my mid-20s. I would imagine. It took a long time, and I'm just now getting to where I think I'm at a decent level when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, I would say so too. Like you used to have another gimmick too back in the day with the overalls, and you had like a Spike Dudley kind of vibe.
Yeah, I've tried a little bit of everything. I was a cowboy at one time, like radio cowboy and singing cowboy. I've done it all. When I first started out, I think I started working shows when I was like 13.
Yeah. Oh damn.
I started training when I was like 11, so like 13 I was working shows and I really didn't have a gimmick or whatever. And when I got older is when I got more into that, and then now it took a while. I didn't start out as a gigolo. The gigolo came out of I was doing like a fitness guru gimmick or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And I struggled with it's not really a gimmick. I really live this. I might just turn it up a little bit, but this is how I am 24/7. But if I finally found something that works for me, that's what a lot of guys don't have today. I can't do a backflip or a front flip for that matter, or a 450 or anything like that. So I got to really rely on. I got to play the cards I'm dealt, really, is I guess what I'm trying to say. I got to rely on the skills that I do have, which are, with my character and on the microphone. And I got to stick to my strong suit. Much like the honky tonk man. It's the same kind of deal. He didn't have to do much in the ring.
No, he didn't actually, did he? He didn't do much of shit. But he did. I just played.
But it worked. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's all it works. As long as it works. So.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
People were entertained by it.
Definitely.
And whatever is entertaining is what matters.
Yeah.
Right. True. Yeah, definitely. And I'm physically I'm in good shape. I've had both my ACLs replaced. I've torn both my ACLs in the ring. And that's just but it's better now. So other than my knees, I'm doing all right. But that's going to definitely help me, as far as longevity. And I really think, like, at the level I'm at in the indies today, you almost want to have a gimmick that's an attraction, so these promoters all over the country will want to bring you in. Um, even if it's just for a one-off or whatever, that's the key. I was on a show with Effie.
Oh,
Yeah, I did Effie's Big Gay Thanksgiving.
Happy Gay Thanksgiving. He's doing that now. I can't keep up with all his
this
shows.
promotion, Elevation in Lexington, North Carolina, they put it on or whatever.
Okay.
But, yeah, Effie he main event, and his partner Allison Catch, she was there. And they actually had LGBT wrestlers from all over, workers, from all over the country.
Hell yeah.
Come in. It was Thanksgiving night, and that was always been a dream of mine to work on Thanksgiving night and Christmas night. So I was able to check Thanksgiving night off, but like with him, for example, he makes his living doing this, and he's almost like an attraction. He can go all over the country.
Yeah. I would pay to just see
Effie. People come out to support him. He sells merchandise. He's, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I would definitely go to pay just to see Effie. I want to go to his Big Gay Brunch. Caden Pierre's actually on that show.
Yeah, it's they worked the night on the Effie's Big Gay Thanksgiving. Him and Caden worked that night.
Okay, cool. This ain't his first time. I mean, it's so hard to keep up with everybody, but I mean, that's freaking dope for y'all, man. I say that's an up in the game if you're working with Effie and stuff. Okay. Because Effie doesn't want to work for any other no companies. He wouldn't go to WWE, no AEWs, no nothing. Because he works for himself.
I was just in the right place at the right time. He makes
more money by himself. He don't need a company. That's the crazy part. Everybody wants to be a little bit like Effie, okay?
Yeah, well, he's got, he's like an attraction. But that's what you, almost what you need nowadays in the indies, to really make money. I feel like, that's what I'm trying to do, and what I want my brand to become, the most marketable as possible. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you pissed off a whole lot of people in fucking Skate Town. Okay.
Oh, brother,
you got people raring up.
Man, I was on the show.
If you ain't got noise, you ain't doing nothing. So.
Yeah, man, I was on the show, and I think it was Farmville, Virginia. It was a fair show over the summer, and it was about 12, maybe they were women of like a religious group, you know what I'm saying? I guess they had wandered in because the wrestling was like free with the fair or whatever, right? And I was the first match, so I come out doing my thing, my little dance, the gyration or whatever.
Yeah.
We all get up and leave. I didn't even notice them in the crowd. They were back in the radio barn with they had like the grandstand bleachers or whatever. And I watched it back on the tape and saw it. I didn't even notice them out there, but they were not ready. I don't think they knew what they were about to watch anyways, but they were not ready for the Gigolo.
No, I don't think they were. It didn't sound like it were. They were like, oh, hell no, this devil shit.
Yeah.
It's wicked. Yeah, I can see it now. Oh, wow, man. Man. But, I mean, you do have a very, what was a good description of what we've seen of his gimmick? I mean, it really gets kind of grody.
Yeah, so when I'm trying to get booked, I'm messaging these promoters and stuff. I always describe it as a cross between Buddy Rose, Playboy Buddy Rose, and Exotic Adrian Street.
I was gonna say something like Beautiful Adonis or whatever.
Yeah, Adrian Adonis.
Adrian Adonis, I mean.
Yeah, a little bit of that, with the flamboyant aspect to it, and a little bit of Chris Farley. You ever seen the Saturday Night Live skit?
Oh, now I see it now. I see it now. Yes.
Chippendales dancer or whatever. I'm a huge Chris Farley mark, so there's a little bit of that.
I don't know why I haven't noticed this yet.
Yeah, Jim Cornette says it's plagiarism when you steal from one person, but it's research when you steal from many. So if Cornette says it, that's pretty much
the gospel. That's the gospel over here on this side of the fence.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's the closest thing I got to religion.
Yeah. So you're a Jim Cornette guy. That's good to hear.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
That's a good to hear. Me too. Although I have a lot of problems with what he talks about sometimes, but that's that's a whole different story there.
Yeah,
But
anytime I'm asked to do anything that I think might be unquestionable or whatever, I just think to myself, what would Cornette say about this? That's pretty much how I determine what I think's all right to do and what's not all right to do is as far as professional wrestling.
well, I appreciate that because that's pretty cool that you're on the show, um, and chopping it up with us.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys having me.
It's another Cornette guy, so
Yeah, I definitely like doing stuff like this. It's it helps me to
So
branch out as well. We can you know
I like to ask what really inspired Josh Valen as a person, if I can, to become a professional wrestler.
So when I was elementary school aged, my dad took me to the Roanoke Civic Center to see SmackDown, the SmackDown TV taping. And this just so happened to be the night that John Cena had that spinner U.S. title and had lost it back to Orlando Jordan. And I guess on like the Sunday before or whatever at the pay-per-view. And CNDL comes out and blows this, dropped his title belt in this like trash can. He's got like his big ass button and hits it, and the belt blows up or whatever. And then Cena comes out later that night with a lead pipe or whatever, because his promo. I was just hooked from that point forward. I'd never watched pro wrestling before, really. I mean, a little bit, but I never cared about it, until that point.
Mm.
Oh wow, so okay, that's cool. John Cena is in your story. That's good.
And
Cool.
see, I think I'm 28, so that's
Okay.
that would have been right out the ruthless aggression time.
Yeah.
He was
Okay.
still doing the doctor of thugonomics or whatever. He was still cool.
Yeah. Okay.
When Cena was actually cool. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then so at some point after that, my dad ends up taking me to this legend show at a Harley Davidson dealership in like Shenandoah, Virginia. A dude named Doug Ward. He run these legend shows periodically or whatever. And that's where I met Boogie for the first time. And I'd asked him about, how old I needed to be to come and train, and he was like, you can come on now. It ain't, there's not an issue, So I ended up going up to the camp shortly after that, and that's how I started my training there.
At what age?
11.
11. You
Wow.
started your training. That's cool.
Yeah, I was a big kid, for my age and stuff, and it was a different environment than it is now. It was a little bit tougher.
Oh yeah, I imagine.
It's a little more family friendly, family oriented now. My instructors were pretty rough on me, and it was a really hard, long process. I was a slow learner or whatever. But I just never gave up. I just kept on and kept on. And then as I got in in my teenage years, I was working in Wentworth, North Carolina, like maybe 2 weekends a month, and I'd go to Riders in the Country for Rob McBride every now and then. When I was missing something here, when I was 13, Boogie took us down to Vail, North Carolina, and we ran a show down there, and the guy had a ring, but it was all of us guys from the camp, and I had my first match there, and I worked I think twice on that show. I had my first 2 matches in the same night against 2 of my instructors, Carl Guthrie, but he under the hood, and then later that night I worked Sean Cruz, not the Sean Cruz from North Carolina, it's the one from up here in Virginia.
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
Yeah. So after that, I had found this other company on MySpace, All Star Wrestling Alliance, based out of Lexington, Knoxville, North Carolina, and I reached out to them And so I was like 13. You know, they had me come down and do like a tryout match, and I worked a guy who actually trained at Boogies back in the day named Terrific Tony. Who's a great guy. I think he still works some today or whatever. Great guy. He took care of me, really good. And I was working for them, you know, once a month. And then I got to about 16 or so. I started working, you know, a little bit more. It was different back then. I could work in Virginia, but there was still, like, the old NWA was still around. Like, they still had NWA affiliates. Like, there was the NWA Virginia. These different, you know, these different promotions or whatever, still had NWA affiliations. Of course, there was CWF, Mid-Atlantic, in Burlington. High Spots was doing shows, and yeah, with the Hardys, they were doing the Omega shows. Of course, Wentworth's always had wrestling, indie shows and stuff like that. It's just, you know, forever now. So, you know, North Carolina, I got lucky being, you know, even though I lived in Virginia and couldn't work shows here, I could go down to North Carolina or go up to West Virginia for like NWA Mountain State and work shows because there's no athletic commission.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
That's how, like, probably how Jeff Hardy got in, too. They lied about his age there.
Yeah, they, down there in, you know, North Carolina, this is the Wild West. They don't really, there's no athletic commission. West Virginia is the same way. Tennessee's like that. And, yeah, that has its upsides and its downsides.
You can do a mud show out there, man. A real bad
you
one.
got a ring, man. You can set a ring up in the Walmart parking lot and have a show. That's the one thing it does help is it weeds out some like the goof mark promoters because you got to have like the $500 promoter's license and it's like $125 for an event fee, event license every show you run and the taxes and stuff like that. It's a lot, if you're on the promoter's end. Now for us, it's a $40 license that you have to get every year. I actually just got mine and my hard copy in the mail the other day. For Virginia.
It's carded, guys. You can work anywhere y'all promote them. I mean, y'all damn book them.
Book him.
Book them today. Put them up on there.
That's all.
Put them up on the shows.
Peer Pro right now is in my home promotion. I'm there the most. I've been going out to school in Morton though.
Okay.
And they got the YouTube show. Of course, Peer Pro. We have TV on BTW 21.
Yes. I'm subscribed to that.
Yeah. I just worked for Independent Brothers United in Rockingham, and it's like a conglomerate of different independent organizations. It was a benefit show for the Maestro from WCW. That was in Rockingham, North Carolina. And like last night, I was in Winston for Viva La Lucha. I work for Pro Wrestling League Mid-Atlantic in West Virginia sometimes. Just wherever I can get booked. I'm just trying to get my name out there and everything. And like I said, I really just really want to try to make myself an attraction. I think that's really where the money's at right now on the independent level.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to go to AEW or WWE, but I know that's not probably not in the cards for me. I'm already 28. I had 2 knee surgeries. It's just not. But there's still guys out there that are making a living that aren't on TV, that are unsigned. You just got to figure out that sweet spot of making yourself an attraction and your merchandise and everything. It's definitely a grind. It's definitely a hustle. I work at a mulch yard it's about to open back up here in a month or two, but it's not the best, but I do it because they'll allow me whatever to go wrestle. Like I have my weekends off, or if I got shows during the week, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I gotta make sacrifices there to to be able to do this and try to, because this is all I got, man. This is why I take pro wrestling so serious. If this shit don't work out for me, I don't have like a college degree or like a certain skill to fall back on. So like, I gotta make something happen with this, or I'm gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
That's the struggle of.
Yeah, it's hard, and I was taking bumps at an early age, and it was hard on my body. It wouldn't. Now I would never like. I always tell people, if the kid wants to train, they don't need to be taking bumps till they're like 16. It's horrible for your back. It hurt my back. It's definitely you need up. I can definitely feel it. It definitely wasn't. That ring up there at camp stiff as hell. So it definitely has some long-term effects on me. But I'm feeling good. I worked a show last night. It was good.
It's on now.
Got Rocky Mount coming up tomorrow night for Pure Pro Wrestling. At the YMCA.
Oh, cool.
So that's always fun. It's nice. I appreciate not having to drive 3 or 4 hours to work a show. Then we'll go to Tennessee. The School of Morton shows is like 3.5 hours, so it's nice when I can, I think I live like 15 minutes from the venue that we're running tomorrow night. So it's always
How is it working at School of Morton and the fact that you get to work around Amp Dominic as well?
Oh yeah, I like School of Morton. It's
have you worked?
Casey Kazana from the NWA, he's there. A lot. They actually just won their tag belts. I really enjoy School of Morton. It's they do TV, so it's taught me a lot about like working with the camera and all that stuff. I really appreciate the opportunities those guys have given me there. It's really great to be able to say that I've done that. It's good experience and good exposure for me as well. I'll be there this Sunday. Actually, is the Bunkhouse Stampede pay-per-view. I think it's on you. I think you can get the pay-per-view on YouTube. You can go to the School of Morton Facebook though. They have the information on that. But I'll be on that this Sunday. So
okay.
Yeah, that's exciting. It's the last pay-per-view they did was in October, I think. Was the last one that I did with them. I've done a couple Fight TV pay-per-views. The Effie's deal was on Fight TV. And the School of Morton was for a while.
Okay.
So, did you get to work around Amp Dominic any?
I don't think he's the few times I've been there. I don't think he's I don't think he's been there. Not that I've
Milky Way guide.
Yeah, I don't think I've been. I'm trying to think of who the guys are there now. Santiago, Jason Blade. Shit.
Maybe he already.
Santiago, Evan Golden, Casey Kazana, Draco. Amish Country are there also. Hunter Wolf, Cousin Condry, Sam Street's up there, some, Sasaki, they got a lot of good talent up there, and I really enjoy, the opportunity, getting to work there. It's it's great exposure, and it's a great learning opportunity as well.
When we talk about the psychology of wrestling,
Yeah.
I'm interested to know, I've seen how it unites people, right? I've seen this sense of community in the world, in different places in my life. Family relationship, friend relationship. Wrestling is the blend of that family and friend relationship. I love that environment. When you're there, being there for a brother when they need you to be there for them. That loving environment.
Definitely. That's just the, it's the same thing with like religion or whatever too. It's the ultimate battle of good and evil, or that's a really easy concept for people to get behind. I always tell guys, you want to kind of, when you're going into the match, you always want to think, just stop for a second, think, what story am I really trying to tell here, or whatever. At least that's what I always do. But it's just that basic good versus evil that you see it, in religion, movies, TV. So, that basic story right there that kind of everybody can get behind.
Yeah.
And there's no, it's like a universal language everybody understands. Good versus evil is God and the Devil, Harry Potter and Voldemort. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty. Sting and Ric Flair. It's
Right,
yes. Sting and Ric Flair. I love it.
Politics is the same thing. Trump, Joe Biden. It's the same. It's the same basis. You know what I mean? It's the same basic concepts.
Yeah.
You gotta work the people.
Fucking Van Helsing and Van Helsing and Dracula. Same. It's all the same shit, really. It's the same basic principles.
So the brotherhood that wrestling brings and how it unites everyone, and the support that we all get, that everybody gets from each other through wrestling, I see is amazing. Like, so that's what I just, like, you talk about what wrestling has brought for you, and it still, to me, feels like all the stories that bring that camaraderie and that support that everybody has felt from it is just, it's amazing. And so
it is really a thing. And I made a lot of friends. I got to travel, all sorts of different places, and I've got to I'm living my dream now. Even if I don't ever make it to like AEW or WWE or whatever, I'm living my dream here now in the Indies. Pack 5 people into a car, driving 13 hours or whatever, just for an opportunity and to try to sell some merchandise and shit. And that's what I like it. I love it. That's the best times for me are when we're in the car, all making the town. You got 4 of your friends in there, and you stuck this long ass car ride, and you're trying to stay entertained.
Yeah, that's
another man. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing for sure.
That's another thing I was gonna bring up is like just the car rides with your best buds that you've met during wrestling and shit. This gotta be some of the best times.
Definitely. Especially now, I'm traveling a little bit more than I used to. Trying to get out further. So it's this long car rides. Like I went to Miami, and it was like 13 and a half hours. We were supposed to go from Miami to West Virginia, but a storm hit. We ended up getting stuck for a few extra hours in Miami because of the storm, and ended up not being able to make the West Virginia show. But it was it sucked, but it was fun too. It was a great experience. I'm glad I did it. It was 13 hours in a car. You got to really get along with the guys you're riding with to be able to pull that off. Even 3 hours in the car, man, it can be tough. If you don't like the person or whatever. So everybody's got to really get along.
Did you travel with the chicken?
Yeah. She's pretty easy going.
Probably the best person to ride with is the chicken.
Right? Yeah, you don't even know. I forget she's there sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no.
She ain't that much fuss. That's good.
Yeah, she'll go backing.
She the chicken travels by car, but of course the Amish got to travel by buggy. The chicken gets the VIP.
Nice.
Yeah, she's for real. She's pretty easy to travel with. I think much easier than a dog or a cat or something like that would be. I feel like.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Who's the most famous person you've worked with on the same card, or on the same card as you, or?
I've been on cards, Ricky Morton, and Rock and Roll Express. Boogie. I've worked with Boogie before in matches and stuff too. I guess he's probably the most famous. I would say that I've worked with. I got to work with Free Flair. Trying to think who else. Gypsy Joe. A lot of people might not know he's an old-time wrestler from like way back in the day. At one time, he was like the oldest living pro wrestler. He's famous for New Jack beating him up or whatever, fighting him at a show or whatever in a match or whatever. But he worked back in Memphis and stuff. He was a big deal in like West Virginia and Tennessee. I got to work with him one time when I was like 15 or 16 years old. He was fucking deaf. It was a rough experience, but Effie, of course, she's been on a show with Effie. Shane Douglas, I've been on shows with Shane Douglas before.
Shane fucking Douglas from ECW.
Yeah, franchise, yeah. Tried Tatanka, I was just not too long ago. We brought Tatanka in, Tatanka and Wyatt Sutton.
Yep.
Worked with Big Money.
Wyatt Sutton was tagged with Tatanka.
Yeah. And I've been on shows with C.W. Anderson, Heath Slater, Rhino. I was in Thomasville, Fair City Clash with Heath Slater, Gunner. I've been on shows with Gunner before, Rick Lee. Trying to think who else was on.
Gunner's good. That's Jackson.
Yeah. He's I think him and Heath Slater worked that night.
Heath Slater, I would say, is like the one of the best ones.
Angelina Love and her husband Fodder. Been on shows with them. Been on shows with. I was on a show in Wentworth with Christopher Daniels. He worked Adam Page before. Before Adam Page was the Hangman on TV and everything. I was probably like 16. He was probably like 18 or 19.
All the pure pro wrestling guys have a story about Hangman Page.
Me and him worked together in Wentworth too. I seen him work Christopher Daniels in Wentworth. Consequences Creed. I've been on shows with Consequences Creed.
That's
Christopher Daniels. I've gotten lucky to be able to meet a lot of.
What about Cedric Alexander? Did you ever run across him back when he ran through Pure Pro?
He's not a Pure Pro, but I've definitely been on shows with Cedric before.
No, I mean Cedric's did a match back before he was signed to anybody big, like back in his.
He went through. He
went through Jimmy Love's thing.
He worked for Jimmy Love some. So Adam Page did too a lot. He worked for Pure Pro a lot. Cedric was trained by George South, so I was on a lot of shows.
Okay.
Early on, there's a lot of the different George South guys at the time. Jimmy Jack Funk Jr. He had a Bobo Brazil Jr. Sean Van Halen. He was around a little bit after some of those guys, around the same time. Trying to think who else. I was recently just on a show with the Dawsons the other night.
I like them.
Yeah,
that was one time. Cool. We took pictures in the bathrooms, in the sit-down toilet part. That's where they wanted to take the picture at.
Nice. Hell yeah.
It was cool, man. It was a good moment I had with the Dawson. I love the Dawson brothers. They're two of my favorites of all time for the tag team division. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so this whole Gigolo character, because I be looking at things probably a little too much sometimes. I just want to smack myself and be like, stop looking at it so much. But is this a rib or a rip on Jimmy Love's old gimmick because of the frills or whatever that is around the
boas?
The boas, I mean, the Hogan stuff.
Actually, Jimmy Love stole it from me. Actually, if you want. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's it's just kind of I'm just taking different things from different guys that I like their gimmick or that I respect, you know what I mean, and just like I said, it started out as as doing the fitness guru, and it kind of morphed into the gigolo, and I needed something to make me a little more flamboyant, and the boas were a great start. Not a lot of guys really use the boas. Hogan did, Superstar Billy Graham did, and of course, Jimmy did earlier in his career.
Yeah.
That's just me borrowing stuff from different guys.
That's the awesome part.
Shit works.
There's not a lot of guys who used a boa, really.
There is.
I mean, like Ric Flair's robes had boa-esque feathers on them. They were always big and flashy and had the feathers, but they were not boa. They were around the collars or the sleeves.
Yeah, instead of the S there. But for the most part, you didn't really use it.
I got the fur coat because I took the fur coat.
I seen you post that.
Yeah, from Big Pie. So I got his fur. Now I'm rocking the fur coat and the boa. And I've been rocking that fur coat all over. I wore that fur coat at like 2 different indies now. It's just become a part of my entrance attire for sure. I'm digging it.
The names that people come up with for their characters, it's like, wow, Big Pie. Big Pie.
Yeah, hey brother, it's the circus, man. It's
wild,
a little bit of everything,
Big Pie. Never thought it.
But that's so me and him are right now we're feuding. I took the coat off of him or whatever, and I really do like it. It's warm. It really is pretty comfortable.
Oh yeah, I got a fur jacket. They are pretty warm. They're pretty toasty.
Yeah. It comes in handy. I just throw it on and just wear it to the show, and then you just throw the boa over it and come out with it.
Sleeves and your salt all over them. Yeah. All over it. Then you can get it
right. Yeah, it's great. It does. It looks good. I'm definitely digging it. I look forward to holding on to it for a while.
Oh yeah, maybe y'all can have a match for it on a ladder.
Maybe. Yeah, ladder match.
A fucking jacket on a ladder match.
Fur coat on a pole.
That's what I was trying to say.
Gigolo ain't climbing no ladders, I'll tell you that right now. I don't even climb the ladder to hang my Christmas lights.
On a pole match just means you have to go up to the top rope. That's as far as you have to go. That's not that far.
I think the top rope, to be honest with you.
It's not that far.
I'm more comfortable right here on the ground.
Well, you just have to get you a crony to do it,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a stooge, I guess.
See? You hire one of them.
Yeah.
Get you somebody. The chicken!
She can fly up there
Not think of that.
and bite it down.
The chicken will help you get the damn thing off the damn pole. Because the chicken will grab Josh and she'll
might, that might be a viable option. Maybe I'll look into investing into a drone.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, the drone can get it for me.
There you go. Solving problems inch by inch. And it can be dressed up like a chicken so the crowd thinks it's the chicken helping you. They've done this before, I mean,
Yeah.
Matt Hardy, man.
Definitely.
Fucking CM Punk in that show, The Rustler or whatever.
Oh God, yeah.
Remember that? His gimmick came out with a drone and it was a fucking possum that puked shit all over people.
Yeah. You're talking about the Stars show.
Ricky Rabies or something.
I hadn't seen that. I seen like bits and pieces of it. I watched a little clip of them, and like just the way they talk to each other about the business, it felt like really forced to me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it feels like they're pulling back the sheet or pulling back the curtain.
No, not like that. It just felt like not natural the way they were like talking about this stuff or whatever. The way, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
They were using the right words and the right terminology, and they were using it in the correct way. But the guys talking about, you can tell they really didn't know what they were. You know what I mean? That they were.
It's not like the movie The Rustler, where that guy actually dove
He
into.
did a little bit better of a job.
Yeah, I would say
He did
so.
a little bit better. I think it was really cool, the Elvis Presley movie that just came out not too long ago.
Yeah, I love that movie.
So in the beginning, when Elvis and Colonel Tom Parker are at the circus or the carnival, and Tom Parker tells the midgets or little people, I don't know if you can say
Micro brawlers, I don't know.
I just said midgets anyway. Fuck it.
I say micro brawlers.
But anyways, he tells the little people in Carney to stop the Ferris wheel when him and Elvis get on it, so they could talk or whatever. I thought that was really cool little detail. They're speaking in Carney. You know, that's one thing I feel like that they missed from the Mickey Rourke movie, because all those guys back in the '80s spoke Carney or whatever. You know, I really think that's one thing they missed from the.
What does that mean?
Speaking of Carney, like basically there's terminology.
Speaking of gibberish words, and then they're talking a vernacular that they just
Yeah, it's its own kind of language.
Yeah.
A lot of the.
It's to where the other people won't understand.
Yeah, Mark, all that shit comes from the carnival, because that's where pro wrestling originated.
Now everybody
was on the
knows what
carnival
Mark
circuit.
means.
Yeah, of course you know what Mark
That's
means,
interesting,
but like
interesting to me because I was a carny for
Yeah.
like 5 years. And I hadn't heard
It all originated there on the carnival
Well, it's
circuit.
wrestling.
This is like carny back in the day. So.
Yeah, this is old school wrestling Carney.
This is shit from the 30s and 40s or whatever, you know, before it really, so that's the roots of it. So a lot of the guys, you know, Ricky Morton will do it, but I've seen Boogie do it before.
We did
You
use
know, a lot of the guys are, you know, fluent in it or whatever. And I just happened to be lucky enough that, you know, the guys that trained me were like one generation away. Like the guys that trained me were trained by Boogie or whatever, so I got a little more direct knowledge. And just, you know, I picked some of that shit up just from being on the road and being around the other guys and being, you know, really a student of the business.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. What was you gonna say?
I mean, like I said, I was a carny for a while. We never really had a language.
Yeah, it's probably dead now, but
Yeah.
back in the day, it was like they would have like I think Mark comes from
We had
like, you
sign
know,
language,
the
though.
people would come up to the ticket booth and take out their wallet, right, and open the wallet up, and the ticket booth is up, so you can see how much money they got in their wallet, and they would mark them or something somehow, and just different shit like that. I think even kayfabe is a corny word. I'm trying to think. Gimmick is to, I don't think facing heel, but all that shit originates from the carnival.
Yeah, because like for the longest time, I didn't even think face and heel were like, you know, basic terminology. I thought I was speaking like Japanese to other people.
Yeah.
I was like, I got one.
TV shows and I just watched the OVW documentary.
We did too. The OVW shit, we saw that.
Yeah. It was really good television. I'll say that. You know, it was really dramatic. You know,
it was really dramatic. That's what I can say. Hollywood Haley J was very dramatic.
I'm in love with that. I'm in love with her.
She's great. I love her gimmick. I love everything about her. She's awesome.
I do like her. It's kind of cotton candy-ish.
Yeah, she's badass. But a lot of that, man, I feel like a lot of the problems and stuff on that show were like manufactured.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? To create drama. But it was good. It was good TV. There's no way they're losing $3,000 a week on production out of that.
That's somebody's fault if they are, because like Al Snow has got to be running.
Yeah, somebody's stealing money like a bitch from somewhere. Somebody's embezzling like hell somewhere.
Yeah.
If they are.
Laundering some money or something, getting some of that money. I don't know. But it was a fantastic little documentary, though.
Yeah,
It was
$3,000 a
fantastic.
week. But it was really good. I enjoyed it. It was a pretty great documentary. You know, I really enjoyed their product. I think they got a really good show. I would definitely love to get work there. That would be cool.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Tommy Rich has got a company that he's involved with out there in Kentucky or whatever that hopefully will be working with in the future. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, you know, everything works out there. I'd like to go there. I'd like to go to Memphis Championship Wrestling for Memphis. They have
that's
a
good
YouTube
shit.
show.
That's good shit.
They're really good right now. I'd like to go there.
I'd like to see you on NWA.
Yeah, NWA, of course. Yeah, the NWA, Impact.
The Impact is booming. Did you see Hard to Kill?
Oh yeah. I didn't see it, but I've heard a lot of good things.
Freaking Dolph Ziggler showed up.
I would go to MLW.
Oh, MLW is my
there,
name.
yeah. Or AAA, Puerto Rico. I don't, it's still like a territory in Puerto Rico. They still run like, 4 or 5 shows a week down there.
I was just watching something where Ivan Ali was in this like battle royale thing.
Yeah.
Where John Washington is one of the guys we've gotten on for the show, and I'll be watching his matches that he'd be sending me. And one of them had Ivan Ali in it. It just struck me. Like, I'm sorry, I'm talking. Like, I was like, what? Ivan Ali, out of the whole battle royal, he is the only name from our place that we usually go to. Like, that was the coolest thing.
Yeah, if you're pro wrestling is doing some great things, man.
So seeing guys like that pop up,
talent.
Dude.
We got a lot of good talent. We're doing some great shows. It's really starting to develop like we got our own little territory here, which is cool too.
We need to bring back some territory stuff.
Right, yeah, it's gonna have to be different, but I would definitely like to see that. Whatever, I just want, I want to be able to make money. I want the rest of the boys to be able to make money. Whatever it takes for that to happen.
Yeah.
I don't care what it's the territories, if it's the super indie companies or something like, you know what I mean? Whatever it takes.
Well, we've already got one of those in the OVW. If we could get another super indie company to pop up.
Oh, yeah, there's super, and there's all across the country. There's different, and it always has been like Evolve.
That's on the
Ring of Honor. They were super indie back,
Yeah, they're doing good.
Not now, but back in the day.
And Jack Cole.
And JPW.
Yeah, Maryland Championship Wrestling. It's always been all across the country. Pro Wrestling Gorilla.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's always been. But whatever it takes, just so that everybody's making money. It's now guys are able to like we were talking about Effie earlier. It's a lot of guys that are able to make a living out there. Without without being signed to a major company, and that's great. That's
good. Yeah.
I'd like to go to GCW, but I ain't going to death matches. That's.
Hey, did you see where Jack Cole had a match or tryout match for TNA?
No, I didn't. That's really awesome. He was just in with us not too long ago.
Like 2 weeks or something ago.
That's cool.
Okay, that's awesome.
Something like that. I can't remember.
Jack Cole a couple of times.
Yeah, we had him on the show one time. I like to keep up with I try to keep up with everybody as I can, as much as I can.
Right.
But yeah, man. It was good getting him on the show as well. We're talking about all kinds of shit. But I want to get into a different subject. I don't know if it's, we're going to get into the dark side of the ring side of shit.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that type of shit real quick. I know it's a TV show. We're going to get into the dark side of the ring. Have you ever had any type of moments where it's like the darkest time in wrestling or anything that's like, in that realm, I guess?
I've never really had any, like, dark moments in wrestling other than getting, like, jaded towards the business. But, when I was a teenager, I struggled with, prescription pain pill abuse. I was addicted to opioids, painkillers like, Lortab, Percocet, Dilaudid, oxycodone, stuff like that. I think I got, a lot of people like to blame the wrestling business, for their drug addiction, but I had my wisdom teeth pulled, and they gave me 5 milligram oxycodone capsules, and that just set me off to the races. And so from the time I was 15 to about 25, I struggled with abusing opioids.
That was around the time I met you, I think.
Yeah. When you would have met me, I'd have been using. I was using Xanax too. And that was just a deal. I don't. What makes an addict? It's a disease. You don't really know. That's the way I describe it to people. Is it's like an allergy. When I take an opiate, I have an allergic reaction. I don't get hives or like my throat doesn't swell up, but like I become physically dependent. My reaction is I become physically dependent. Just like if you're allergic to peanuts, you eat a peanut, your throat swells up. Right. Well, I take a I take a Roxy, and then I become immediately dependent. My only motive is I got to get that again.
Yep.
That's what comes first. It becomes more of like an instinctual thing, and I experimented with other drugs too, but I never really the opiates or what stuck. And through a combination of Spartan and uh, and marijuana, I was able to overcome it. I tried, went to rehab before and tried the NA, but that shit never worked for me. They just seemed miserable and seemed like they were just dwelling on the problem like all the time or whatever. It didn't. That philosophy didn't work. I think everybody needs, has a different type of recovery or whatever.
Yep.
And my recovery might not necessarily work for you, but it keeps me sober. So if I need to smoke weed during the day to help maintain my sobriety, then I think that's my fucking prerogative.
Exactly.
These people at these NA meetings or whatever, people that bitch about, like I say, I'm California sober. There's people who are against that, but they're smoking 4 packs of Newports a day, drinking a half gallon of coffee. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm a lot better off.
I'll say that
creatively, and I worry about concussions and stuff too. And I've heard Rob Van Dam say that he's done research on it or something. That some of it's, I think, it's beneficial for your brain or whatever, especially if you've had concussions before.
for sure.
Definitely.
But
I think it helps increase neuroplasticity.
There's a whole documentary about like marijuana with CTE.
See, I've been getting concussions since I was 11 years old, so I probably need all the help I can get. You know what I mean?
I think as a psychology, like counseling, professional counseling major, I think that, like, from my knowledge of just the physical process of the brain, I think marijuana can help, like, genuinely with neuroplasticity for recreating brain connection, doing all of that.
And mushrooms.
And LSD, mushrooms. If you could take LSD in a tiny enough dose, but the problem with LSD is the doses are already so small. To microdose LSD, it would be nearly impossible.
Yeah.
So that's why taking mushrooms, you could do like a microdose of like 0.2. And then if weed works for you, if Suboxone works for you, whatever works.
Yeah, but it's a long ways.
Just because, I smoke weed on a regular basis, I might occasionally drink a beer, doesn't mean I want to die in an alley with a needle on.
Right, exactly.
But see, Josh, you came a long way, because there's this one moment in my life when it was a show that we had set up one night. I can't remember exactly where we were at, and we were out in the parking lot, and I probably was out there smoking or sneaking some drinks or whatever, and then I don't know what came about it, but you were saying something about the pills or something like that, right? And then it was like, if you wrestle long enough, you'll be taking a lot of pain pills as well, or something like that. So you have came a long ways from that moment in the parking lot that night. I'll tell you that much from hearing what you just said.
It's definitely been a struggle. It's just something that I had to overcome. And a little bit of it's environmental too. Where I live in Franklin County. A buddy of mine were recently talking about this, about our high school experience. We went to Franklin County High School at the same time, graduated at the same time or whatever. And he was like, I don't think we had the normal high school experience. I don't think it was normal to come to school and see kids like sorting pills off the urinals in the bathrooms, or like passing out on Buster, or just some of the crazy shit that went on when we were. I mean, maybe the other high schools in America, I don't know, but I really feel like too, like, environmentally, the culture that I was in, my hometown at the time was a little bit of a factor too, as well. Because it was just common, I live in a small town and in the South, so that people were using, especially back then, and we're talking about 2009. People knew that the shit was bad, but it hadn't like got as serious, and they hadn't cracked down on how they prescribe opiates as much as they have now. So it was a different world. Definitely a different world than it is now. But yeah, it just took some time. And that probably hurt me over my career. So now it's I'm trying to make up for lost time.
That is really, I mean, that's
beautiful.
That's a beautiful thing, like right there, is to literally be able to say, hey, I'm gonna hit, like in a game, you say hit the reset button.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit the reset button on my whole career. Like I'm starting over new. It's a very inspiring thing.
It now. I got a new passion for it.
I see that in you more. Okay, so this is another thing, going back to knowing you from when you were. It was like overalls, and you had the Spike Dudley kind of deal going on. Like during that time period, I could see a wrestler wanting something, but his pain was, you know what I'm saying, like, and then you felt, you know what I'm saying, like, I could see it all in you as well, but I could also see in the ring, you're perfect. In the ring it's a different story, but outside the ring, that's a whole nother story as well. But in the ring, what I would say is, in the ring, as long as what you did in the ring counted, like, it counted every night I saw you out there. Other than, like, okay, so you can take a moment like Jeff Hardy, when he was fucked up. They had to literally carry him outside of the ring to the thing. He could have been like that, but he wasn't. When he got in the ring, he was serious. It was, you know what I'm saying? So this was a man that was literally fighting inner demons and fighting demons as well, like we all do, and trying to make his dreams come true as well. Through it all.
It doesn't matter what level of fame you're at, you're still straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Give her a good example. On two different ends of the spectrum, but still struggle with some of the same issues. It has no addiction, has no. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter what race you are, what social class you are, what you know what I mean. If you're male, female, whatever, peasant or king, it doesn't.
It is a powerful, relapsing, repetitive disease that keeps us trapped in
a metaphorical cage.
Cages.
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes no key.
Takes you free will the ways.
But there's always a key to it. So, damn, that was, I mean, that's very, to me, it's inspiring as hell.
Yeah, it's like...
Because I can see it in the gimmick. I mean, it's not even through the gimmick, just seeing him work in his matches and stuff. Normal, like in regular, when we see him and shit.
I'm a lot more like this gigolo shit. It's me. It's, you know what I mean. It's me. It's it's me. Just maybe with volume turned up a little bit more.
I can see that.
But I go. I'll be hollering at girls in Walmart and talking my shit. Just like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. It's just what I'm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same way you see me when I come out, it's, I get bored or we're at the mall or whatever. I'll fucking just, I'll walk around like that. I mean, it's just me. I like fucking with people. I like getting reactions. I like pissing people off. I like getting reactions. And I'm definitely just trying to do something. Nobody's got the balls to come out there and
some people are about
say
that
some of the stuff I say or push the envelope in the way that I like to push it. Like this whole feud with Sam Street.
You out there beating this woman up out there.
She deserves it. She deserves it. I really I don't like her. I don't like her. And that's a shoot. That's not me. Our angle's over or whatever. Thank God it's done with. I can't stand that one. Legitimately, we just don't get along as people or whatever. And I think that translated. I think people would really tell some of the
You
stuff I
whooped her
said.
ass, man. You whooped her ass. You were so despicable that night. Despicable you over there.
I covered her in that flour. She looked like a little old lady afterwards, all that flour like in her hair and stuff. Or I covered her in that flour. That'll be airing this Tuesday night on BTW at 8:00. So not in like the viewing area, Martinsville. They put it all on their Facebook. There's also like a cool video package we got about mine and Sam's feud with a bunch of different clips from the talk show. I've made the comment several times. She's been on more street corners in the New York Times. I interviewed a cow one time I was wrestling in a county fair, and they had this cow, and I was acting like the cow was Sam Street and like trying to interview it. I called her a Huzzy Jezebel every day I can think of. And then I hit her with every household object that we had in horse pasture.
Nice.
Okay, so another thing is, so real heat, they're talking about, he just shot it, okay?
He did shot.
Pow, pow, you know what I'm saying?
Big
heat
shoot.
right here, real heat flare, right? So that's something right there that's very interesting, is because you can hate somebody, and I hate somebody, you can dislike somebody, but you have to work the match the way you're supposed to work.
Yeah.
You can't hurt them on purpose, on whatever.
You can't walk in McDonald's and you can't walk in McDonald's and throw fryer grease on the guy that fucking works at the cash register that you don't like, that you got to work with, right?
Yeah.
So I can't drop her on her head because I don't like her. That's fucked up. That's not fair because I'm professional. I'm not just because I think she's a prude and just a bland person or whatever.
This is like my crush in
small
Indian
bitch. Just like I kind of don't really like Big Pie. He kind of rubs me the wrong way, but I'm gonna.
Me too. His whole name does.
I do. But I guess a lot of guys that I don't like.
You just don't like their vibe. You just don't jive with their vibe.
Or this is corny drive
Yeah,
through.
won't vibrate at the same frequency or whatever, So, but I do what I gotta do because I do it for the business, and for the company,
And that probably actually, when you don't like somebody, when you work with them, probably actually creates
Better.
good heat,
right?
good chemistry, good whatever. If you can work well professionally together anyway, even when you don't like each other, you can actually put a good heat
Because
to
basically everything you say, it's not going to
Could be true, honestly.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all wrestling.
We're on me and Sam had a match coming up at a Rocky Mountain show. And me and Bobby Gardner, the hardest working referee in the Mid-Atlantic.
That man is just the bomb.
Oh,
We love Bobby Gardner out here.
They had me and him up at the little radio station here, WYTI.
Oh, wow, man.
And I don't think the DJ guy he hadn't seen the product. All right.
Oh, man.
So they have Sam Street call in. This is all on the fly. Bobby's like, "Oh, we'll get her on the phone. Hang on." So Bobby calls her, they get her on the phone or whatever on the radio station, and we do the little deal. And I'm saying some stuff. And I can tell he's kind of getting a little uncomfortable. And then Bobby's like, when she hangs up the phone, Bobby's like, "Oh, she's a good girl." And I lean over into the microphone and I go, "Bobby, just don't lie to this, man. She's been on more street corners than the New York Times." And goes, "Oh, okay, I think we're going to wrap this up," and starts hitting buttons and shit behind the thing. So he brought that to it. I don't think he was. But I've been saying it on our TV on the BTW, so I figured, you know what I mean? But I guess it's too far.
Yeah, why not go with what you're, what you're thinking you're going to...
I didn't say anything, you know what I mean? I don't know, I didn't cuss, though. I thought it was alright.
Oh, man, it's just funny because he played the word off of her name and stuff. Now, I like Sam Street. Now, she ain't good looking, you know what I'm saying?
I I don't know about that. She's average at best.
Good
Like
looking.
around here, bro, but you go to Johnson City, Tennessee, go to Capone's in Johnson City, Tennessee, boy. Sam Street's alright for, I guess, around here, but her just attitude kills it for me, man. I don't know.
And he be demolishing it.
Dude, that little candy cane thing she hit me with,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen it. That thing hurt so bad. It was, oh my god, that thing hurt. It was bad. It was like, I don't know, it was like getting hit with a switch or something. It fucking stung, boy. She lit me up with that. We had a street fight in Danville before that. The Sam Street fight, a couple months, I think like in October or whatever, and it was more like traditional web, like kendo stick or whatever. Then we had street signs. We had more traditional pro wrestling weapons, where the horse pasture deal was a little more housekeeping based. But
Everything but the kitchen sink.
yeah, it was a great time. And I like doing stuff like that, it was cool to get to say that, just different shit, and it's cool doing the local TV and stuff. That's doing the VCW, doing the talk show every week, and, it helps keeps me sharp, Plus, I get to get on there and run down Sam Street every week. It's cool, because I really don't like her, so I can bury her on TV. Hand me the shovel.
Yeah, hand him the shovel. He's about to bury this one.
Yeah.
He's got her grave. It's right here.
Oh, but yeah, that's just how I feel, I try to be as professional as possible. It's not just about me. It's about the entire show, you know what I mean? I want the show to do good, because then we all do good, you know what I mean? It's not just about, as much as I'd like it to be just about the gigolo, it's not just about the gigolo.
Well, if you ask
and that's everywhere I go, you know what I mean? That's everywhere I go.
If you ask the gigolo side of you, he will say everything is about him.
Right. Well, even Seinfeld needed a supporting cast,
Yeah, definitely, So, I mean, you gotta have a supporting cast.
You gotta have a supporting cast.
Oh, shit. Sorry about that, guys.
But yeah, I've been just trying to stay booked. I'm booked every weekend.
Book them there.
That's the main thing. I'm selling a little bit of merch. I got bow ties, 8x10s. I got some slam buddies coming soon.
Yeah.
I got some boas for sale. I got a little bit of everything going on. And it's the 27th. I'm in Richmond. February 3rd, Gretna, Virginia. I don't have my calendar, my dates right here with me. I'm somewhere just about.
Oh yeah.
About every weekend, just trying to branch out. I need to get back up to boogies and help out a little bit. Mike Mars, he broke his leg. I don't know if you guys are familiar.
I know.
He broke his leg, so I need to get back up there and just help with the training and stuff. Of course, I got a spot where I go work out sometimes during the week where there's a ring or whatever. And so that helps, keep me sharp as well, during the week when I'm not, there's no shows. Last night was rare. I normally don't work shows. There's normally not a lot of shows, indie shows during the week. I mean, some places, have them, but not traditionally around here. People run Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That said, it was cool to do the elementary school show last night.
So, who's like a top person that got you into all this?
So I told you about my dad taking me to Roanoke or whatever and seeing Cena.
Yeah.
And all that, JBL. So after that, I started going to indie shows in the area in Roanoke, Virginia. Like my grandpa would take me, And there's guys there like Sean Cruz, that I was talking about, the one from here, Superstar Scotty Rocker, Mike Williams, Jimmy Love, Rick Kelly.
Rick Kelly.
Trying to think who else was around back then. Eddie Loco, Daniel Ocean, was a big star. The Bunkhouse Boys, Frank Parker, Drake Tungsten, Young Lee Valiant, all those guys were there at the time, and they were all Sean Christian, Gregory Versetti, his partner Jason. It was Street Sweepers. All these guys were all from Boogies. All these at the time, a lot of the top guys in the area were from Boogie. Kamikaze Kid, Osiris. I can name names for Bruiser Graham, Cedric Kelly. There's a lot of guys, Jamie Morrison, the Killbillies, all those guys, all from camp or whatever. So there for a while in the 90s and on into the 2000s, a lot of the top indie guys came from Boogies. So I remember that really got me into it because the indie shows we were going to were so much more interactive than going to a WWE show. Seeing Scotty Rocker versus Mike Williams, and Mike was getting backdropped on the floor and stuff like that, and just that the whole atmosphere there got and the interaction with those guys, because when you're booing them and stuff, they're talking back to you and shit like that. That's what really hooked me, I think, as well. WWE got my foot in the door, but then the indie shows really sold me on wanting to be a pro wrestler.
Oh, cool.
It was. It was just cool to me as a kid, to be able to see these shows, locally. WB only comes to Roanoke once a year, but these shows are going on every couple of weeks, and it's...
Yeah, with the Indies, you can catch anything. You can catch
and they had some good workers on them. Some of the guys were slubs, but some of it was that, but I didn't know. I was a kid, I didn't fucking know the difference, so it was great to me. I thought it was just, I was just as mesmerized, if not more, by those guys than I were the dudes at WBE. Because of that interaction and that personal,
Because it was like your own WWE within your...
Because you go to the WWE show, you sit back in the bleachers, they don't can't see you, they don't know you're there. I have one I don't have a lot of memories from being a kid, just from my childhood, but I had this real vivid memory of it was like a Raw house show in Roanoke, and we were on the floor, and Cena was working Edge, and Lita got knocked off the apron, and she was sitting on the floor or whatever, and I was yelling. We were maybe in the second or third row or whatever, and she looked over at me and stuck her tongue out. And just that little level of interaction really, as a kid, is what I guess did it for me. And then we go to the indie shows, and you get it on a much bigger level.
I like that.
Yeah, it's wild because, you would think, if you ask that question, most people will be a certain person or whatnot. But, from the interviews that we've had, there's been some, that would go to a certain person, but then most of the time it's just from just the whole...
I can point to some exact moments or whatever, that you really hooked me, and then, it was never nothing else. It was just, I've always just wanted to be a pro wrestler since I was 7 or 8 years old, somewhere between 7 and 9. It's just been
I think that's almost what you have to have.
Yeah. And, a lot of it is just, knowing the right people, being in the right place at the right time, But, it's definitely a lot easier now for guys to do it, and there's a lot more guys doing it. Making good money on the indies or whatever. You just got to get to that next level, and make yourself marketable. I feel like.
Yeah. Gotta keep yourself marketable, and if something doesn't work, you gotta change it. And you gotta keep, like Chris Jericho does, keeps reinventing himself.
Yeah.
Reinvent.
You gotta grow with the time. Just like anything else. If a band stagnates in time, they're gonna get fucked up. If a wrestler stagnates somewhere in time, they're gonna get fucked up. You gotta keep growing with time. Edge, Randy Orton, those people are masters. Chris Jericho is a master of that from the beginning of time. Like, from really, truly the beginning of all of us, truly, like, our day.
Yeah, because that's what I grew up on with Chris Jericho.
Boogie, he did the same thing, man. He was the Valiant Brothers.
Yeah. He was,
Hands and Jimmy. The WWF.
Yeah.
And went to Memphis as a single with Lawler, and you kind of did the same kind of deal.
Yeah.
And then went to Mid-Atlantic, as became the Boogie Woogie Man. You grew the beard, and the music and the whole completely different. You know what I mean? He went from being a heel. No, he worked face some in Memphis or whatever, but he had that big feud with Lawler or whatever where he hit him with the beer bottle. But he then went to Mid-Atlantic and Crockett, and got over as the Boogie Woogie Man.
Yeah, Boogie Woogie Man. I like him as Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Masked.
Yeah, that was
Charlie
good shit,
Brown.
man.
I do. I love it. I freaking love that gimmick.
Yeah, he's got the mask at the camp.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
Greg Kabuki actually made it for him.
Oh, really? I want that.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing he did.
That's
so
awesome.
much. I love it. Charlie Brown.
Yeah, Boogie was great, man. He's another guy who, not the greatest in-ring technician.
No, but he was an attraction.
But charisma, and he could work.
Right,
He
right
could
back to
work. That's working. He could work, but he's not like a Bret Hart. You know what I'm saying? But he still, was over, man. He was, especially,
Man, it's over. You can do anything.
It's over.
It's over. It's over.
Yeah, people love that gimmick, man. People still love him, to this day. The gimmick really resonated with people.
It really is.
But yeah, just what you gotta be able to reinvent yourself. A lot of guys, you just gotta be able to switch it up and find, it's hard to come up with, what I mean? I've struggled to come up with one gimmick that worked, much less multiple.
Yeah.
Yeah, because coming out with multiples to actually work is, a diamond in a dozen, I guess, is the word I'm trying to find out.
That is the moral of the story, though. Learn to grow. Always learn to grow and adapt.
Yep. And change if you have to change something.
It's different now, dude. I mean, the business is different now from when I broke in, and when I started trading, I think in 06 or something like that, I think. It's completely different, it's completely different from when I was 16 to, I'm 28 now, it's completely different than it was then, it's a lot more companies, a lot more places you can go and make money. Now, it used to be, just TNA, WWE, that's what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love
But
that.
there's so many other options.
Yeah, well.
The guys can make a living that way now. It's not
outside of Japan or going overseas, as far as in America, you got a lot more. Like GCW, I'm not gonna do
You gonna do no death matches?
I'm not gonna do any death matches, but I love good GCW. They're all over the, you know what I mean? I know, Cornette might not approve of that, but I would go definitely work there. I would, you know what I'm saying?
What would JC do, but not Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
Cornette.
Right. I know he would definitely not be for it, but
no, he would definitely.
Definitely,
It wouldn't even bat one eye
it
at
wouldn't look that
you.
good for me, I'm sure.
Well, if you had a match with Matt Cardona,
Right.
and you get squashed.
Well, I guess what y'all see me do with Sam Street is about as hardcore as I'm willing to get.
Wow. We need to get you with Matt Cardona with the death match king. I'm just playing, what's that dude's name though? He's a meth dealer.
Nick Gage.
Yeah, damn.
Jim Cornette calls him the bank addicted drug robber.
Yeah. He is a
robbed
bank
in Pennsylvania or whatever.
That's what he did. He's a horrible man.
That's some fucking hardcore. That's some fucking hardcore shit. Doing like
horrible.
better.
I fucking hate that man. That man he's gonna fucking get what he get, man.
Yeah,
I don't like him. He's a trash wrestler. He's trash.
Yeah, that's
Nick
Trash. I don't agree with it, but
Nick Trash
he's making more money than me, so I can't say anything. But
yeah, he's like the king over there, man. When he comes out to the
attraction, you see that, like I was talking about earlier.
I know, man.
Ric Flair is an attraction.
So this crack meth addicted bank robber, Nick Gage, I'll talk about him in that light, okay? I don't want to talk about him in a wrestling light at all, okay? Because he shouldn't even be in the world of wrestling, I'll tell you that much. He should be like slapped around by New Jack. New Jack. We need to get the Dragon Balls.
Real dude. But
We need to resurrect New Jack. Resurrect New Jack.
It's not a lot of these guys.
That's a dream match right there, fellas. New Jack versus Nick Gage. Okay.
Man, I love watching like a New Jack shoot interview. That's
that would be
one of my favorites. Jamie Dundee does a pretty good shoot interview. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jamie Dundee.
I don't know about that one.
But he does. But New Jack, I love listening to New Jack do a shoot interview. He just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Kind of sounds like what I'd be listening to on that Jim Cornette.
Cornette doesn't give a fuck either.
Yeah. He knows who he's stroking, and it's MJF, FTR. Yeah, CM Punk. Like, we're all doing that one. We're all doing that one. Shit.
Right, it's
We have to love the CM Punk.
Yeah, man, he's
He's the greatest.
definitely done well for himself. You know what I mean? You gotta respect the fucking he's worth.
Did y'all hear about AJ Lee? Man,
Can't fight this shit though.
Yeah, he can't fight worth shit.
Right.
But AJ Lee is supposed
Oh my
to
gosh,
be
come on, see him.
Okay, so yeah, he lost all his UFC fights.
Oh my gosh,
he looked terrible.
He just lose, man. Come on.
But he looked good by doing terrible. He
I mean,
looked good.
I'm not trying to hate on him, man.
Looking terrible.
You can't bring up CM Punk without.
I know he's a horrible fighter. I'll tell you that much.
Right, which I mean, I probably would have lost all my UFC fights too. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been cheating like hell either one.
Yeah, like I don't know. At least he looked good doing it. That's all that matters.
Right. It's on pay-per-views. People fucking pay.
Oh yeah, definitely. His bank
really matters.
Yeah, his bank account got filled up.
It's a good money moment for him.
Yeah, losing is a big one. I mean, losing is good money.
Yeah.
Especially if you just tell everybody you're gonna lose and you're like, they bet on you to lose. Whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, UFC, this is tricky. If you can bet on it in Las Vegas and it's like a lucrative, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would have wanted to bet for CM Punk, but I would have probably been like, no.
Isn't that illegal for the fighters to do that?
I don't know. Who knows? Who can? If it's
not
not recorded
it's not
or
it's not illegal for you to get your sister to go down there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think so.
They still will. People get caught for
I don't know. Yeah, one of the baseball guys got in trouble for betting on his own games or whatever. One of the I can't remember one of the baseball players, right?
Yeah.
They definitely do it and get away with it like all the time.
Yeah. I would too, probably. If I had that kind of money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would
I can't help but to gamble.
I would just want to win because I just want to win that stuff.
Right?
I wouldn't want to lose at a real fight. That would just.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like,
For money, because I'm just not
yeah,
that.
like you get on that like
Fantasy
bet now, you get one of those
draft.com.
apps. Like I wonder if that's illegal for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh man,
That's
you can make
interesting.
so much money on betting on sports apps because a lot of the
Yeah,
stuff.
they bet on like the
DraftKings.
Royal Rumble and shit too. Though they bet on. I've seen where you can bet on like paid WB pay-per-views and
Yep,
stuff.
and AEW now.
Yeah,
I
okay.
haven't done it myself. Like,
How many? Is they
but
gonna get a chair
a
shot?
lot of these things like higher and lower.
Suplex?
Like, how many points is LeBron going to score? 20 or more? 20 more or less?
Yeah.
Obviously, when you think about it, statistically, LeBron's going to score more than 20 points.
Yeah.
So shit like that, you're bound to make money on it. Bound to. You just got. You don't have to even know scores.
That's a dream match.
You have to know statistics and probability. If you know statistics and probability, you will make bank on sports betting. And I haven't done it myself yet. And
I should though.
And there's people out there that's like get
We should.
sponsored.
Go to DraftKings.com, FanDuel.
I'm sorry I'm going on a rant now because I haven't talked the whole time, but you know, there's like people out there that are sponsored by it and be like, follow my picks.
Right.
Like pick the same things I pick.
Yeah.
And they win all the time because they're like sports people.
Yeah.
And statistic, you know. So
yeah, it's that what's that movie Casino? It's like dude in the movie Casino.
Oh.
Or whatever that movie is based off of or whatever, that's what he did.
Oh,
oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. He was like a Harvard freaking guy, and he was like counting cards and shit. Or is that a different thing?
Different. This guy was like, he did like sports betting or whatever in Vegas. Did something with casinos and the mob or whatever, but he could change like a line or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, that looks.
I'm not really sure how like that. You know what I mean? I bet on like race horses before and shit, but I never bet on like football or anything. I'm not real sure how that works.
So racehorsing is like would be like kind of different. Cause there's not like statistics like a good horse could do bad, a bad horse could do good. You know.
Right, more like chance.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I would be like at a loss.
I've been wanting to go to that casino in Danville.
I bet on sports horses on GTA.
GTA, yeah, that's what I was in San Andreas when I was a kid. That's just where it all started.
Yeah. I never won anything on the sports betting on GTA.
Right.
I won it on slot machines though.
Oh, yeah, they got a casino right on the online.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite lately.
That's good shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play a lot of no build or whatever, zero build.
Yeah, I do that too.
I'm playing Skyrim right now.
I do the zero build as well. I love that.
I've been playing the shit out of Skyrim. I got a mage build. Never done it before.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty cool. Like, you just read destruction.
Yeah, I like RPGs. I never fucked with Skyrim, but
Never?
Never. I like RPGs, you know, I like Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout's cool.
Shit like that, yeah.
Fallout New Vegas is my favorite.
Yeah, I like Fallout 3 and yeah, New Vegas. New Vegas was good.
Yeah. I've been doing that Fortnite.
Freaking beast on New
And
Vegas.
WWE 2K.
Any Fallout, it's like, once you get to a certain level, it's like, oh, you had 3 death calls? Fuck it, I got that shit. I love that shit. But it does actually have a downfall because I'm like, oh, well, nothing can beat me, you know. I won't die, so.
Yeah.
Even on, like, hardest difficulty, you know. Get real
They got a new Star Wars game coming out this year called like Star Wars Outlaws. It looks really good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think I saw a pretty
Is that
good
gonna be on the Switch?
No clue.
Yeah. I got Hogwarts Legacy and I haven't even played it yet.
Oh, hell yeah. It looks really good. I watched some like people stream it.
On the Switch?
Yeah, on the Switch.
I thought that was on the Xbox.
It's on
That's
the
the
Switch.
game that's what's the Hogwarts? That's the
It's-
one
it
that
was-
I'm actually wanting to get.
Hogwarts
There's one that I
Legacy,
wanna
it's a
actually
new
get.
one.
It's where it's like,
I haven't really played it like
Yeah,
that.
newest one where you play as like a Hogwarts student.
it's like
gotta
you
go to
walk around or
class and shit.
something like that. Like
If it's in your mind now,
world
it's gotta be
open
new.
map or something
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Open world.
That's the one that I'm interested in playing,
Yeah,
but I don't
yes.
like Harry Potter like that.
See, and I made a mistake
I
buying
like
it
characters.
because they had a bundle on the shop, but also the full price game and the add-on. So I bought the full price game, and then I seen the bundle. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh shit.
Yeah, you gotta be
Yeah,
careful, man.
yeah,
On the Switch,
like,
you need to be looking.
Why the hell would they even have that up there?
You gotta be looking.
It's so stupid. They don't do it on Xbox.
Well,
If there's a bundle, there's not going to be the full price game up.
you gotta be looking for like
That kind of is screwy to me.
Switch is.
Because I have to buy the game and then I have to buy the add-on.
Well, like Fortnite got in trouble recently. There's like some kind of big settlement with that.
Yeah, they already
they
finished
like
that.
marketing kids or set up their menus. You know what I mean? How like they're marketing
They're like
geared towards like they did like some kind of unethical like stuff like as far as like
Privacy and information.
The children
making it easier
stuff,
for
yeah.
kids to like spend
Yeah.
money on the V-Bucks or something like that.
You know, I was like, I fucked it up. But I don't think it got fucked up because it got fixed out.
Yeah, it's something like that. I don't know.
I got a free skin out of the deal, so it's all good about it. I got that
I don't
Apple
see it.
skin.
I don't see like the problem in a court case like or any kind of suit like that because if the kid is getting scammed, it really kind of roots down to what the hell the parents are doing.
They don't give a fuck, dude. It's
Yeah.
just like these machines and stores, there's like slot machines we have here.
Yeah, I mean, kids
Like,
know what they're doing.
You know what I'm
It's the
saying?
kids'
Like I've
fault.
seen people
Yeah.
like fucking lose all kinds of money like crazy. Like I don't know, it's wild that the government was
They're not getting
I
scammed.
I saw a kid do it in my face.
But I don't know about like having it, like
Yeah.
gambling in a gas station. Like it seems to like be taking advantage of like low income,
So easy.
having them in gas stations. I'm cool if you want to gamble like casinos or whatever. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I've just seen like the way it affects people, and it's like almost addictive. It's like very addictive to them
It's
or
not
whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, we got a damn casino and
Definitely
gamble
not
coming
good.
up.
Yeah, like casino is one thing, but like when you can, when you put this shit in a gas station or whatever, somebody can come in and like spend their whole paycheck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
But it seems to be like very, I don't know. It seems like people get addicted to it. I don't know, how that. Not that people, I guess, don't get addicted to gambling at casinos either, but it seems like it. From what I see, it takes advantage of like low income,
Yeah.
people. But nobody's, I don't know. Nobody talks about it. They don't care.
See, I mean, like, the opinion that I'm like developing just now is like, if there are persons like that, they're like, low hanging fruit for the casino, right, or the
Right.
gas station. They
They're marks. Yeah.
it kind of roots down to their fault. They shouldn't be that. Do better. Don't spend your whole paycheck, at the damn. It could be anything like, set up a stand of, whatever, selling anything, and then people, if it's marketable, and there are people out there that are going to waste their money on it, like the shitty T-shirts in the gas station. Somebody goes, "Oh yeah, Phillies? Oh, it's like fake and it's printed on a Hanes shirt or whatever."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll rock this shit. Bulls hat. Oh hell yeah.
Hell yes.
I guarantee you, someone's buying all that shit.
All of it. They gotta be, man.
Someone's buying. There's literally people are buying everything. Anything that's for sale, they're buying it.
They're buying it for resale.
Dude, that shit on T-Man. It's so popular now. You guys seen the
T-Man?
T-Man,
Yeah.
like the TikTok shop. It was Wish, but like,
That's
it was
just like
like
gambling, Because they're like, oh yeah, I can get my points up.
This thing is not, like, good.
It's gambling is like in
This
everything.
thing ain't good.
They're not even calling it gambling. It's like
Right.
Oh, yeah.
spin this wheel, you'll get some
Yeah,
credits,
yeah.
and you can get some 70% off on 10 items.
Yeah, they have you invite people and shit. Like, that's how
Yeah, we be doing that in
this
this house.
so many times.
Timu is pretty
This
good.
is going on
I've
the
ordered.
internet, and it's all China's fault.
I mean,
Yeah,
Timu, like,
they
is
just
a
take
good...
videos.
I like Timu. I've ordered a lot from Timu. I've gotten a freaking, like, a Hatchet Man. This little miniature hatchet man necklace.
But if I say
It's
it's all
fucking
China's
durable.
fault, then it roots back to who's doing it, the consumer. So it's actually
Right.
it's multi-faulted. You know, that's
Yeah.
it's not the right terminology, but I'm kind of stupid sometimes. But
Definitely. There's a lot of problems, but I'm just a simple pro wrestler. I can't fix the world's problems.
Yeah.
definitely
No.
can. But
Again,
I
step by
think if-
step, day by
I think
day.
if more people actually knew the truth or whatever,
The aliens were
or
in Miami.
something
Did y'all
that's
hear
not
about
like whimsical and idealistic. You know what I mean?
Right.
Did
You
y'all
know,
see
it
this
doesn't have to be
shit?
right. Just be like, yeah, this shit's fucked, and it ain't cool.
Did y'all see that shit in Miami where the
Like, oh,
damn...
everything's fine. Look,
Did y'all see it?
I can buy whatever I want. I can do whatever I want.
Did y'all see it? The Miami aliens?
Even if I
Recently.
don't have.
Oh yeah. The thing, they had it in California too, like with the aliens at the mall.
Pilot teleport. Oh, like fucking coming out of this portal. I believe it.
There's no way.
I saw the footage. That shit was crazy.
Not a doubt in my mind.
I saw the footage. It was
But
crazy.
actually, I mean, maybe it's some crazy body modification or something.
It's these. I mean, it
There's
happened in
no way
Miami.
there's like not something else out there. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely agree. I'm deep into that shit.
Like we're so selfish to think like
That were the only ones.
height of
We're not the only people out there.
Well, you gotta
Thanks.
remember the planet's only 2,000 years old.
Yeah.
Right. There's so
And,
like,
like-
I just seen something where they think they
That's
found
a
a
joke.
city like lights from a city on another
Yeah,
planet,
but-
like super far away.
But there's like there's planets, there's other things beyond us that we haven't even gotten to yet. The space is vast, so it's out there, man. It's plentiful. It's like you go for days, you die on the ship. I'm sorry, this ain't Red
You
Dwarf.
probably walk around the entire planet before a spaceship, with our technology now, gets outside of our solar system.
Right.
Literally, and swim across the ocean too.
It's pretty wild.
So that's how vast the universe actually is.
That's what I'm saying. So there's got to be something beyond what we are, or beyond where we are.
The Navy sonar picks up things underwater going like freaking hundreds of knots, miles an hour or knots, whatever.
I think the whole alien
And
thing, man.
a lot of people
real.
believe that aliens come from underneath the sea.
Yeah, dude, like this little thing where they drop into the water.
Space than we do about our ocean.
Yeah, we don't know much about it.
Yeah, shit's coming out of the ocean and going like.
That's a thing
super
right there.
fast under the
You think about it, like you just said, Josh.
legitimate Navy.
We put more time
They're
in the
not hiding,
space.
either.
We put more time in the space than we have our oceans and shit, and our waters.
It's not like even like
that
it's
right
They
there.
probably know more than what they tell us anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's just like what they tell us. Who
Yeah,
really
maybe.
knows?
But what if we went into the? What if we went deeper into the water and did more there?
There's shit out there that they probably would not want to have told us, but you can find it. Like
Yeah, there's
you can basically prove that
very
aliens
more
exist. If the Navy is saying that they
I believe.
pick up something going hundreds of miles an hour under the ocean on sonar, and that's official document, like then that means there's something else out there that's not us.
Oh, excuse me, man.
I don't know. I've went down a lot of rabbit holes, and this is just one of them.
Oh yeah, dude. I've been on I just watched like a 6-hour. Like what an iceberg video is.
Yeah, I've been watching those too.
6-hour Columbine iceberg.
Oh, really? There's
Yeah,
a Japanese
that's
wrestling one.
hours.
Have you seen a Japanese wrestling one?
There's pyramids on Antarctica.
I know about like the Yakuza and all that.
Oscar's face is on this one, but
I've heard like conspiracy theories about Benoit being killed by the.
what about Kevin Sullivan?
No, not by Kevin. I've heard that too. But,
That's like the oldest one.
Yeah, by the Japanese mafia, by the Yakuza.
Oh, yeah? Like, there has got to be something about that damn Chris Noir shit right there, man. That is, there's something there that's missing, I think, and, I've seen everything, and, he had a daughter?
Yeah, I knew he had other kids. Yeah.
Okay, well, look at this, listen to this. Well, the daughter lived in the same fucking house. Where was she at when this fucking happened.
Oh, we should live in the same house.
She had a freaking bedroom in the house. They showed pictures of the fucking pictures after the fucking, like crime scene pictures or whatever.
Yeah.
I seen the shit. And there is a little girl's room. And
Yeah,
you see
we'll never really know, man.
you see the little boy's room because he's got, the title belts from his dad's winnings and like all this Chris Benoit stuff. And you see that it's Chris Benoit stuff, but like when there's a little girl's room in there, and like that is something that's not been talked about the whole fucking time.
Right.
In my opinion,
We really know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like
it hasn't been talked about.
There's people that really know. You know what I mean? But
Like
we'll
where
never-
shit. And then you have David. Okay,
Really happened.
did you hear about his other son, David? I believe it is, right?
Yeah, wants to get into business.
Yes, but he wants to go buy Chris Benoit.
Yeah, that's heat, brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Look.
mean, I don't know. Well, I'm working. No, you know what
Look.
I'm saying? I'm like,
Look.
put him over.
I say it right here, right now. I would literally, if I had a promotion, I would book him as Chris Benoit Jr. Or if he didn't want to do the junior thing, that's fine. I kind of don't want to do junior either, but Chris Benoit, I would let him do whatever he wanted to do.
Yeah, the Chris Benoit Jr. is okay because that's his. And that is, what's his name? David Benoit.
Yeah.
I think you see even use just David Benoit. Just even it would be heat enough. Like just
I
have
would-
him use David Benoit.
I would
Just
invite
be
that
like
heat.
his dad and put it. This would be heat enough.
I'm inviting that heat. I'm sorry.
Like, poor kid.
This kid needs to do what he wants to do.
Hurt him or help him, man. It might
Hey.
hurt him. It might. I
Look.
don't know. In today's society, 30 years ago it would have fucking helped him probably.
That is
his
true.
actual name. Though.
No, his name is David
David
Benoit. And he wants to go by his dad's name, Chris Benoit.
David would be even more because somebody's gonna. I mean, maybe somebody might.
Now, this is the
not
odd
sure
thing.
do it.
This is the odd thing, Josh. Okay, so Brian Pillman Jr. has just went to NXT and stuff, and he's Alexis King, okay? So, with that, he has said that he's glad he's able to do the Alexis King thing because he's always used his dad's name, something that he made, something he created, something that is all his, right? And then he's the junior of that. So, this is kind of the opposite of that. And it's kind of odd. And plus, the facts around the Chris Benoit thing.
Right, well, he'll never be. He looks so much like his dad. He'll
He's
never
not-
be.
He's not gonna. I don't know if you saw that on Facebook, but there was this thing where it was David Flair talking about it. It was like there's no promotion to date, even, that has ever booked him, like any type of big promotion has ever booked him as Chris Benoit and ever will. And that's kind of,
If I can
sad.
he might,
in a way, because he wants to use his dad's name.
When, snorting take cocaine, so, or...
Oh yeah, NWA. Oh yeah.
So, I mean, Corgan might, I don't know.
Corgan might do it.
I don't know, I can't,
He's got Colby Carino.
I like Colby Creed. I've been on shows with Colby before.
That's my man. I love that dude. Like,
Almost
oh man.
16. I think he was actually a little bit younger than me. We were on some shows at Wentworth.
He got in trouble. He got in trouble stealing from Walmart in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, kind of almost fucked his whole career up, dude. But he has gotten a restart, and that's what I like to see. Is like, you might fuck up in life, but
People fucking, I mean...
you make your decisions. But we're all humans at the end of the day, and we
it
gotta
was still a
reset
dude.
and restart.
You know what I mean? What was he?
He was an ugly duckling.
Right.
He was one of the greatest of all time. He is one of the greatest of all times. Let me talk to you. I mean, he is. He's one of the greatest of all times. Of a second generation superstar, I would say he is there. And if he's in NWA, that's just saying something. But I would like to see him go up more. I have him like on the game in MLW right now.
Yeah.
I see him a little bit higher up.
And aren't they having some controversy in MLW anyways with the
I fucking don't know.
Hammerstone and then all these luchadors?
Oh man, Alex Hammerstone is one of the greatest of all times.
Yeah, dude, I feel like he could have been like the next Hulk Hogan for
That I know. Damn it!
LW. I think they fumbled.
Isn't that something? Like you think the same thing about him as I do, and as my co-host does. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Man.
you know, like Fatu would have been this great.
What about Zilla Fatu?
Fatu would have been this great like monster to fight. You know what I mean? To threaten it. You know, they just had a really. I think they fumbled it.
Yeah.
There's a lot more they could have done with that. I feel like.
Booker T just got Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
I mean,
I'll tell you another guy I really like on the Indies. Is Cruel.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. If you see what he was before he became Cruel, the Cruel gimmick is the best thing he can ever do.
Yeah, I think that's really tight. There's a bunch of guys that
He's amazing. What about Calvin Tankman?
I'm not familiar.
Oh man, he's good.
So the Southern Six, NWA, Kerry Morton.
Yes, I know them.
Dude.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Is it Filthy Tom Lawler too? No. No, Filthy Tom Lawler's not with them, is he?
I like Filthy Tom Lawler though. There's a lot of great guys, a lot of great talent. I feel like in WWE, a lot of those guys.
There's that guy that looks like Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the guys in AEW to me look the same. Like they're all like Johnny Kickpads or what. You know what I mean? Everybody kind of like I like gimmicks better and shit. Yeah, a lot of those guys look the same to me. I don't keep up with it. I don't watch like modern wrestling that much. The only way I know what's going on is like when Cornette talks about it. Or I watch a little here and there.
I like watching AEW because it's just something different from the.
I could tell you got what belt anywhere right now. You know what I mean?
Well, I like to know. I like to know. I like to keep up with everything.
Yeah, I'm so busy. I watch a lot of studying different tapes and stuff. I'm really big. There's a lot of shit you can learn from shoot interviews and stuff too.
Yeah, I watch those.
Like shoot interviews. Just different stuff. Just different. I like to watch shit from the territories. I like to. I enjoy some lucha libre sometimes. Some of it. The show I was on last night was a lucha show. They had like a traditional lucha libre match. It's pretty cool.
Oh hell yeah! I love the lucha libre. I like that AAA and TNA are and that signing on Hard to Kill.
Yeah, I heard it did really good. They I'm glad, I'd like to go here. I'd like to go to TNA too. I think that would be cool. They came to Salem one time, and I just showed up with my wrestling license and showed it to the people working at Salem Civic Center.
Yeah.
And they just let me right in, and I made it all the way down, into the back, and I had to talk to Shane Helms and stuff. And they gave me Bob Ryder's business card or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I knew it Salem Civic Center. Yeah, it was one of those smaller buildings. I knew the security was. You couldn't do that at a WWE show, but
yeah,
this was 2011, one of the TNA house shows. So I was just able to walk, show them at the front. And, they didn't know the difference. People there didn't know.
Yeah, because you could have been local talent.
Yeah, they didn't know, man.
Yeah.
Look, back then, bro, you could have been in, Cornette says, you could have been in witness protection and been on TNA, you know what I'm saying?
Damn it, man. That's crazy, man. That's wild. I love listening to him because he's just frying up. He's like, he's real.
Right, yeah, he's just real. I like it. I agree. I agree with a lot of his views. I know a lot of people don't like political stuff he says, but yeah, I agree with that shit too.
Yeah, fuck Donald Trump.
Right, yeah, but yeah, definitely. Fuck all, the Democrats too, both of them, they're all out for themselves, not us. But yeah, I find myself agreeing with just about everything Cornette says, whether it's on religion or politics.
Yeah. He resonates with me as well. He is actually the inspiration of this whole show and stuff, so.
Yeah, I like Rogan. I listen to Rogan some. Dutch Mantel. I listen to Theo Vaughn's podcast. I love Theo Vaughn. Joey Diaz, I used to listen to his podcast. I haven't listened to Joey Diaz in a while. I like Joey Diaz.
Conan's got one.
I'll listen to Theodore.
Conan,
Oh yeah, I haven't listened to that yet, but I like Dutch Mantel. Gerald Briscoe and Bradshaw got one.
Oh yeah.
That's really good. I really like Gerald Briscoe.
Busted Open with Bubba Ray Dudley.
Yeah, they make Tommy Dreamer's on that too. That's a really lucrative deal for him. He's got to make a lot of money off that shit. Fournette does too. Yeah,
he does. He really does off his channel. And the video, the way he puts his videos up, he'll put up the whole full, and then he'll put up the little chopped up little segments. They make a killing off them segments because we're dying for those segments, man. I'm gonna watch the whole full length one eventually, like within some time. But those little segments, I'll watch those and then end up watching the same one I've already watched. And it's just, I just like to hear him talk.
They're a lifesaver, and it's like, 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm driving home from fucking Buffalo.
Oh, I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's yeah.
It's just me, sometimes, like last night I went to Winston-Salem by myself. It was only like an hour and 45 minutes, but coming back, I was listening to Cornette.
Oh, yeah. I often listen to him a lot, He's just a good listen. He's a good listen, He's a good voice for the business. He's got a good ear, eye, smell, touch, whatever you got. I mean, he's got everything for it. So he's a total package when it comes to all that. He's a savant.
It's fucking hilarious. All that. It's good shit, man. It's highly entertaining.
It's just like you want to do a curse word like countdown. Like how many times does he say goddamn in a podcast? And I don't know. It keeps me intrigued. I want to keep hearing him say goddamn. Like goddamn motherfuckers. And he's like, I'm gonna tear up the format.
Yeah,
and be Tony Storm.
They're talking about Jungle Boy ripping up his contract.
Yeah.
New Japan or whatever, when he showed up at New Japan and ripped up the contract.
Yeah.
The AEW contract, they were making fun of like how they had the big AEW logo on the contract.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, no way everybody does that.
Yeah, he's New Japan, I guess.
I wasn't on all the bullshit.
We thought Dolph Ziggler was gonna be in New Japan, but he went to TNA.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
I think he looks better on TNA. I mean, I want to see him do some New Japan stuff. Don't get me wrong.
But he's gonna do good. Matt Riddle's Matt Riddle's on the Indies now.
Yep. That's good for him.
Yeah, he's gonna be at one of the companies I work with sometimes, Elevation in Lexington.
Yeah.
We got him coming in February. I can't remember the exact date now. I think it's like 23rd or something. But it's the show's called Check Yes or Bro. And he's gonna be wrestling Jackson Drake for the Elevation heavyweight title.
Oh hell yeah! You gonna be there?
No. Pipro will be in Pelham, North Carolina that night. So I'll be in Pelham.
Oh wow.
Wow. Yeah. I got I'll be in Pelham that night. Mostly, people want to see me as Pure Pro Wrestling, where. I'm there every show, do the talk show every week. But, I travel, when I'm not, when Pure Pro's not running. But that's like my home promotion. It's, where I want to be right now. I think we're, top indie in Virginia. We're one of the top ones in Carolina. We definitely run more consistently than anybody else. We have a TV, and you have a really good product. It's a really good match between, the modern stuff and the old school. I mean, you guys have seen it firsthand.
Yeah, Pure Pro Wrestling, it's got their own little flavor to it.
It's good shit, man. I'm having fun. Terrorizing everybody.
Yeah, the male gigolo.
Right,
man
whore.
He's a man whore of damn, or wherever you from. You were the man whore of
City, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas, Nevada. You were the man whore of the whole universe.
It'd be pretty interesting. I think it's gonna be me and Big Pie. Saturday night, I gotta get a little payback. He slapped me on the
Hey,
Pure
you gotta
Pro
beat that ass.
per hour, half hour. It just premiered last night.
Yeah.
So
Beat
he's
that
on the
ass.
hunt trying to get his coat back.
Oh no.
Yeah, I can't. I really do like that jacket. I'm gonna try to hold on to that for a while. That's,
You gotta keep that. You gotta keep that jacket like it's a title. You know.
that's right. Yeah, it is. It's my title. Hey, it's still snow on the ground here where I'm at. So,
Oh really? That's good to hear. I mean, we were supposed to have some snow down here, but no.
got like 5 inches, like over I think like Monday or something.
I was hoping for that, man.
Yeah, we got a little bit. So yeah, it's been keeping me warm.
Hell yeah.
And you guys go with the gimmick. So
Oh yeah, Mel Gigolo in the snow. Yeah, catch you some TikToks out in the snow as the Gigolo.
yeah, I also take bookings. For bachelorette parties, birthday parties, private parties, male stripper.
Oh wow, man.
That's a little side hustle.
We're going raw now.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do in 2024.
Got to, man. You got OnlyFans, I guess.
So I have a Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah, the Patreon. I'm working on the OnlyFans. I'm working on the OnlyFans. I am. So you gotta send a selfie of you holding your ID, and I've been having trouble getting them to verify the selfie because they say my driver's license is blurry, or you know what I mean. So I'm working on that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's coming soon.
That's for you ladies.
Yeah, Josh, Gigolo Josh, Facebook.
Get in, because he's over there on my Facebook. Check him out. Josh
Yeah,
Allen.
I got the Patreon's the Gigolo Josh Allen fan club. There's like a $5 tier, and those are like exclusive photos. There's some spicy content, as they say, and just some behind the scenes stuff on the road with me. There's a $20 tier or whatever, and that's that's like videos and stuff. There's like me traveling and just different little, just us fucking around on the road and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting stuff. And then as far as like booking me or anything, you can do all that through the Facebook. Bachelorette parties, private parties, pro wrestling, podcast. I'll do it all.
Oh, yeah. And this is...
Trying to build a brand, have some merchandise or whatever, and you can, the best way to get that is come to a show, that I'm at. I have a special right now. You get an 8x10 and a bow tie for $10. I'll autograph it and take a picture with you. I have some boas. I have some Slam Buddies coming soon. The Slam Buddies are really cool. If you guys seen those, the doll.
Yeah, I like those. I might get a couple of those sometime.
Yeah, a bunch of guys have. Jimmy's got some.
Yeah, I gotta get that one.
I'm sure. Yeah, a lot of the guys.
Yeah, I saw one of Bobby Gardner. And
a lot of the you got a lot of names that have them too and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sold on a lot of them. It's just
ICB, they have them too.
Like Sting Crowley, like if man, I've gotta get that one.
Yeah, I think he might. Him and Avarice have that shit with him has just been off the hook.
It's been crazy. Yeah. Stealing Nikki and all the time.
Shit. It was some wild shit. Yeah. Sin's a very interesting character.
Yeah, I would say that he is the reason for my whole pure pro wrestling love. And
he's an interesting cat, man. He's really he's really like that. Like what you see is what you get with him.
I went from a fan of his to like a brother of his. It's weird to transition from fan of someone to literally, as more than just a fan, like his friends, his brother and stuff like that. So it's a whole lot different now. It's wild. Worked his merch table and all that stuff. So it's kind of weird for that. Yeah, him and Rex getting me into pure pro wrestling.
It was so good to see those guys do the little reunion. And,
oh man, yes. Yes. Oh Lord. That was it was so cool because I had a gift for him, and it was a book of Edgar Allan Poe's poetry and stuff. It was a whole book of his stories and stuff. And that was the gift I gave him that night. And I thought that was fucking fantastic that I was able to talk to him a little bit. And got to see Rex as well.
Yeah,
I couldn't take a picture with Sin Crowley though. For kayfabe reasons. Kayfabe reasons, I couldn't take pictures with Sin. Because we know what Sin was. He didn't have something on his face or in his face or.
Oh yeah, that was the
his eyeballs.
What was the last show you guys at Horse Pasture?
It's all spent. No, I wasn't there.
You were at Horse. You guys were in Danville, right? That was
Yeah, the skate town event.
Okay, yeah. See, so me and Sam ended up doing another like street fight or whatever. This is a hardcore housekeeping match. It'll be on the TV show. I guess hopefully this week. It was pretty good. It was a little more escalated than the last one. I ended up crushing a metal ironing board, going through a metal ironing board at the Horse Pasture show.
Hell yeah. Damn right. You gotta do some hardcore match. You gotta do some of them where you ain't gonna get too hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I'll do some stuff. You know what I mean? But I light tubes. No. If it's a good reason, thumbtacks or it's reasonable. But the fire, no. The new thing now is those the skewers. You guys seen that?
Oh yeah, man, I can't do that. It's a bunch of them and they flay out everything.
Crazy, right?
No, I can't do that, man. I've seen people do that.
Yeah, it's some wild shit. I don't know about all that. Some of the stuff I see, man, is just I see little snippets on like the Facebook reels and some deathmatch stuff, and I'm just like, oh, this.
Yeah, some of that stuff, I'm just like, oh man, why am I watching this? But it's entertaining and it's worth a watch.
Yeah, it's like watching a car wreck.
Yeah, it is. Some of the light tubes and all that jank,
I'm only gonna watch like a clip of that. You know what I mean? Like I can sit down and watch Ric Flair and Harley Race have an hour match, but you know what I mean? I can only handle about 30 seconds to a minute of like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I ain't watching a full match. It's just not that good. But I will definitely watch clips.
Yeah. I like all that shit. I like that with ECW and stuff. So GCW is like basically what ECW was.
I'm not a big fan of the St. Cloud Posse, but I would like to work with those brothers of Fun Struction or whatever.
Yeah. Those guys are cool.
That would be cool. I'd like to work with them. I'd like to I think that'd be some interesting shit. I'd like to work with like Effie. I think that would be cool. Any of the guys really in NWA have that, I think Eddie Kingston would be, I've had to pick like, a guy from like AEW to work with. I think Eddie Kingston would be fun.
Trevor Murdoch.
Trevor Murdoch or Mike Knox.
Those guys, man, they slam you hard.
Yeah, I think that shit would be fun. Any of the guys from the Southern Six. I think who else? Dolph Ziggler would be cool.
Yeah.
To work with.
Is that right? Or Matt Cardona?
Yeah, Matt Cardona. I think I'd rather like tag with Matt Cardona than, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I like Matt Cardona a lot, man. He's probably one of the best that's ever like transitioned from WWE to back to the Indies and became the Indie God.
Yeah, I'd like to work with Eugene. He's still
he's still going.
That Memphis Championship Wrestling. I don't know if you guys remember $5 Wrestling. It was the show High Spots used to do.
I think maybe.
It was like really bad wrestling. They had this guy there called the Freight Train.
I don't think so.
And he got this like infamous promo. I'll have to send you the link after this on YouTube for it. But I think it'd be cool to work with him one time. I'll have to send you the link for that so you can see the promo. It's hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, it's some shit that Hot Spots did. They ran these shows, and Colt Cabana and this other guy, a comedian, did the commentary for it. It was just really bad for wrestling, but it was so bad, that it was funny.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool shit, to do. Like being based in Virginia is perfect for me. 'Cause, I'm only like an hour and a half away from West Virginia, 45 minutes from the North Carolina border. I'm about 3 hours from Tennessee, So, and there's a lot of stuff to do in Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, So we're in a pretty decent spot.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Probably the best here.
Yeah, I got different, I got friends all over, I can crash with and stuff. It just, just guys that I'm in the business with, and it's, it's a lot to do, I really eventually would like maybe get on Wrestle Cage, that would be really cool. There's, a lot of great companies in Carolina, that, and, other places, I want to go eventually, I want to branch out. I eventually want to try to go up north, because it's a whole, there's a lot of other places to work up there. Canada, I think would be cool. Puerto Rico is one of my big goals right now. I really want to try to get into Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, I hope you do get to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Canada would be cool.
Yeah, Canada would be.
It's a
Puerto
different
Rico,
atmosphere.
And Europe, I'm a big fan of that British like World of Sport style. I think that shit's really cool. William Regal, I really like that. I wish I could do that like technical fucking stuff. You know what I mean? But I like his shit, Finley's. We were talking about Benoit or David Benoit earlier. One of my favorite matches is Regal and Benoit from the I think it's the Brian Pillman Memorial Show.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It was fucking. It was just a banger. But that's probably one of the, what I mean. I really enjoy any of the, Finley stuff. That shit's good too. I definitely have a wide variety of shit that influences me for sure.
Yeah, it was really interesting that of how your reason for wrestling is different from most.
Yeah, well, it's just a product of my my time too. When I was a kid, that's just like the guys that when I first started training, that were like my instructors and stuff. They got in because of like WWF and Hogan and what I mean, and like Ric Flair and WCW and shit. But I was a little bit younger, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I grew up on, was like the roof of the. I watched stuff from all. What I mean. It was real big on the history, so I watched stuff from like all different eras. But that's just what was on TV and what was popular at the time,
Yeah.
Definitely. And now, I'm just trying to make money, now,
make it
it's
hustle.
a little different than.
I saw you working that one show. You was out there in the crowd. You was trying to sell your 8x10s.
Yeah, man. I picked
That
that
was
up
real,
from
man.
the Ugly Ducklings or whatever. Rob Killjoy.
Yeah, man. I love that feller. We had him on the show. Oh man, that fella right there, that is one of my favorite motherfuckers right there, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I've seen him kind of do that or whatever. So that's where that's where I picked it up from. That kind of
You have to, right?
Some guys just kind of hang back and give a table, but I feel like too, and I just go out and I just be obnoxious. I figure if I just be obnoxious enough, they'll buy an 8x10 just to make me go away.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, that works. So, whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, me and Rob Killjoy, we was talking about doing a whole segment where we like meet up with them where they're at and sit in a pond in like these little fucking tubes and shit, like these little like fucking like tire tubes or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And start the whole podcast or the pond, as he wanted to say it, pond cast.
Podcast.
Yeah. And he was like the highest duck podcast. And I was like, I lost my shit when he said that. So I've had some great memories with Rob Killjoy over the years. So as well with like Colby Carino and Brian Anhauser, or how do you pronounce his last name?
Danhausen?
No, Brian Anhauser. Like he was with the Ugly Ducklings.
Oh, okay, yeah. My bad, yeah.
Danhausen though, Danhausen's a whole different level.
Yeah, I like some. I love that Danhausen.
Love that Danhausen. Everybody go like and subscribe to Love That Danhausen.
Yeah, definitely.
That man's a genius.
His YouTube videos, man. I remember watching his YouTube videos. The only thing I seen him do like one interview like out of character.
Yes. Oh my God.
I guess I don't know.
I liked it.
But yeah, I love Dan. I love his shit. He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's.
When he was getting those cameos, Jim Cornette was getting those cameos, or whatever. Man, that shit was great.
Yeah.
About the money and shit. Yeah, that's fucking good shit, man.
He like acts like he doesn't know what stuff is and stuff like that.
He's another one of those guys, like I was saying. He's an attraction.
Yep. And you want to pay for that, man. If I was having a show right now, I want Danhausen on my goddamn shit, man.
Yeah.
That's a definite.
Yeah.
He's going over that night. He's winning my world title. I'm sorry. Like he's the most over man. Other than like Orange Cassidy's, and it's the thing that people don't understand. AEW is probably one of the greatest things that's ever happened, because there's guys that should not be this over that are over. Okay. There are guys that should not be pushed as fucking hard, and we all know the sad fucking truth of it all.
But yeah, that's another guy too.
You put Orange Cassidy. You put Orange Cassidy on WWE TV. Will he ever have a title?
Right. Yeah, that's probably not right. But
would he be booked this way? Would he be booked this way? Would he be able to do the things that he does anywhere else other than where he's at? And that's why I like AEW, because they are going to be pushing the envelope. They're pushing the card. They just gave Hook a world title shot. I love it.
Yeah, I seen the promo. That shit was good. Like with Orange Cassidy, too, or if he got fired right now or whatever, right?
Oh, man.
Fuck it. He could go on Indies, make a fucking killing.
Yeah, but, I think they would lose a lot of their viewership if Orange Cassidy...
Right, he's made himself just like Danhausen, just like, what's the dude, you remember the...
I'm waiting to see
that. Dude that had the pizza guy gimmick?
Yeah, the little... Oh, yeah, I know that guy. What's his name again?
I can't remember. I just know he had...
God damn, something. He's something or another. I know him. And he's got this damn pizza gimmick. It's wild.
Right, but that's almost like, what you, what I'm saying? Like I was saying earlier about being an attraction. That's like... Yeah, that's almost like this going back to like the gimmick. You remember like that Warhorse guy?
I like Warhorse. He's dope. Him and Danhausen. Warhausen.
Yeah, they had the comic book and shit.
Yep.
He got shot with like, Cody Rhodes and shit, and that was all just, made itself up.
Yeah, that's dope. But I would, man, it's crazy how Warhorse got that spot too, man. But that's Cody being a real person, and that's what I like seeing professional wrestlers once they make it to a certain name. They're like, I'm bringing in this guy. Chris Jericho has paid, I don't know how many people's bills from getting hurt from pro wrestling, okay? I know it's been quite a few that he has paid their fucking hospital bill. The guy that broke his leg from coming off the top rope or some shit, like he paid for that bill. Like,
Right.
that's wild shit to see. You know, it's a freak accident. It could have happened to anybody.
Right. Yeah. It's,
But someone like Chris Jericho paid enough attention in the comments, the blah blah blahs, and donated enough goddamn money to pay for his shit, dude.
I hope that shit works out for him. I know he's in some hot water right now.
Yeah, I know. But see,
I hope that shit works out for him.
sometimes the kindness of your heart outweighs some other things sometimes when you can just like sit back and be like, okay.
Just like the Benoit thing too,
Yeah.
you gotta separate the
The bad and the good, you know?
art from the art from the person or whatever, you know, like what was the famous philosopher dude, William Nietzsche or whatever.
Oh,
Like
man.
he was a pretty shitty person or whatever. But he's still probably a great philosopher. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, it's a weird thing to think about. You know, separating that. You know, some people can, and you know, some people just can't.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah, like I can watch a Benoit match and purely watch it from like a technical aspect of aspect.
Oh, yeah.
Point of like, you know, trying to like study and like pick up different, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm definitely not going to be watching it for any other reasons but to say, hey, I remember this guy that I grew up with, man, and some tragedy happened that now I'm not allowed to watch his fucking matches. And it doesn't make any fucking sense to me at all because there's two different goddamn people that we're talking about in a sense. They're the same person, but there's two different entities that should be, you know, yes, you've got this one guy that's the real human being. If that really happened, if he actually killed his whole family, like, I know that there's fucking speculations as to their shit.
You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is, for the most part,
I don't trust any authority.
him as a wrestler, one of the greatest technical wrestlers that's ever been graced upon us. And we're not talking about no Dean Malenko either, goddammit.
Right, I mean, just the intensity, you know what I mean? Just the whole package.
Or fucking what's the Dynamite Kid. We're not talking about that guy either. We're going to be talking about fucking... Chris Benoit is the guy that's on my radar for technical, like, savvy, motherfucking ruthless aggression, like, fucking... A guy that gets in there and makes things work.
Like, Bret Hart didn't have, like, you know, Bret Hart wasn't...
He didn't have no, like, charisma and all this spunk, but he had what I love. And that's just being Bret Hart.
Yeah, I'm not a big Bret Hart guy. I just never really had the charisma.
That's
I
crazy.
respect what he does, like, technically.
He's
you know
the
what I
man.
mean?
He's the man.
But, I think that, as far as, like, personality and stuff, you know, like, Benoit was way more entertaining to watch than...
Oh, man, that is kind of true, but, like, I don't know. I think Bret Hart might be my Ric Flair of the whole...
Oh, yeah. Ric Flair is my Ric Flair.
No, Ric Flair is not the Ric Flair, no. There should have been tons of people beyond him. Well, whatever. That's a different discussion for a different day, I'll tell you that.
Alright.
I know, but, like, it's just tomato or tomato, but, you know, I would say, like...
It's like chocolate and vanilla.
I would have to say, if we have to go back to that old, you know, I think Brett or you know, Ultimate Warrior or something like that I would want to take into my adult years. But as a kid, it was Hogan, and it was of course Sting, because he's one of the greatest, but Hogan, I was blind, okay? At one time, I was blind. I thought Hogan was the greatest of all time.
Right. So, like, when I started watching WWE, throughout this time, like, Cena is what got me hooked. But, you know, at the same time, it was like The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Was on SmackDown. The Undertaker shooting for Randy Orton in WrestleMania or whatever. WrestleMania, just as like building up to WrestleMania 21. Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio had the tag belts. The Ashams, Orlando Jordan, MVP. It was all like these, you know, this great guy, you know, these great fucking, I think probably the greatest era of SmackDown. You know what I mean? So John Cena got my attention, and then all these guys like got me hooked on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then just the indie shows just kind of took it over the top.
John Cena do it to you.
Yeah, that was some good shit, man. But I mean, it was really JBL. I didn't realize it at the time. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I wasn't smart yet, but you know, it was really JBL. You know, I mean, his heel work, you know, his promos, and it's just him being just such a fucking dislikable person. You know, is what really helped get me too.
I feel that. He was a good heel. He was always pushing around Eddie Guerrero and stuff like that. Yep, and that interview that we had, that was an awesome interview.
Yeah, that was a great interview, guys.
Great interview.
With Josh Valen. Thank you, Josh, for an awesome interview. Time together. Thank you for answering all of our questions. Thank you so much for joining us for this 2 and
24
minute episode of an interview with Josh Valen, the Gigolo.
Yeah. Mill Gigolo from Down Higolo.
I
don't know.
In Danville, Skate Town, Virginia, PPW.
He's so funny, man. Yeah, they do the shows at Skate Town and stuff like that.
PPW, Pure Pro Wrestling, based out of this area of Virginia, North Carolina.
Yeah. And it was just good to get him on, the stories that he told. I think a lot of it was inspirational, and good shit to hear. He's like you heard it, the youngest graduate of Jimmy Valiant.
Graduate of Jimmy Valiant.
Yeah.
Hung out, spent a lot of time with the Boogie Woogie Man.
You know, he's a Hall of Famer in WWE.
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean the youngest graduate or something like that.
Right.
That carries over and that carries on. You know. So maybe, with some of those downward spirals that maybe you have, is because it's a lot of pressure, and it was like really early in his career.
Yeah, it's like a child.
So.
The child stars in like movies and stuff. They kind of sometimes go a little wild. Sometimes.
Yeah,
it happens, and I mean people just do in general.
Yeah. So, but it's good to hear that you can turn it all
around and come back.
And that's what you just heard here in this jam-packed podcast.
And that's the thing, when I talk about, like, when he was talking about his podcast. When he was talking about his life, his addiction, and all the issues that he had.
Yeah.
Almost mirrored my story, how I felt about alcohol, so it was a lot that I was processing in and of myself.
Yeah.
Through that interview, too.
Yeah.
So, it was good to hear. And the brotherhood that wrestling brought was helpful for him in that, because the support network is always helpful. Yeah. It's important.
Yeah, I thought his story was rather unique.
And I thought it was cool that he travels with the chicken, but the Amish men still travel by their horse and buggy. So I thought that was pretty dope. Because he was talking about a 13-hour car ride with the chicken to Florida, basically. Yeah. And I was like, how long did it take the guys on the horse and buggy?
Yeah.
But no, for real though. I mean, and it's not anything a knock against them. That's culture, And I'm all about culture.
You think they really meant that?
I think, genuinely. If they're actually Amish, and I mean, if he was not in gimmick, if they are actually Amish, then they took a horse and buggy for sure.
I've never seen a horse and buggy.
They can't use technology. You've never seen a horse and buggy?
I mean, I have, but you don't really see them anymore.
No, you can still see them. They're Amish people.
I know.
And they ride around still.
It must take them so long to get to that point. That by the time I'm at that point, they would be at, they're not there yet. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if that's a gimmick or not. I think it is,
I mean, it could be a gimmick.
It is funny, though.
But they genuinely look Amish, and so they could genuinely be Amish, and that could just be their personalities turned up to 100, just like most other professional wrestlers that we've been talking to.
Yeah.
And so genuinely, they may have to follow the tradition of the Amish, and they may have taken a horse and buggy.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, he was shooting some, but then he was being kayfabe some too, I think. So I don't know. But
yeah, I'm very So I don't know. I guess whatever you think, it's actually the horse is the chicken. The chicken's got its own Facebook page. I saw it.
Chicken has their own Facebook
followed
page
it or whatnot.
Josh told us about that.
Yeah,
That's
they all
pretty
have
dope.
single fucking shits, and the Betsy the chicken. Go look her up on Facebook.
Oh, so each of the
Betsy
Amish guys has their own
as well.
separate Facebook page too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have Betsy the chicken, which has got her Facebook page. So, yeah, go check out Betsy the chicken. She has funny things that she says.
They're doing pretty dope work right now. I mean,
Yeah.
they are hilarious.
Solid.
Like all three of them together is it's hilarious.
Yeah, and then
the chicken aspect, the KFC aspect, and
traveling
with
with
all
something
over
like
the
that
nation,
and working everywhere.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, even places you wouldn't think you would, have that work. I mean, it was a great story. I don't know. Thanks, Josh. It was good to do that. It was good to have you on.
It's a nice interview. Thank you again for being on our show.
So
for sure.
Definitely in the futures, definitely keep an eye out because we're supposed to be having John Washington back on the show.
Talking about Zombie Dragon.
And I've got to talk to Zombie Dragon about coming back on at some point. And I would like to get Sam Street. I've got a couple goals this year.
See if we can get Sam Street. That would be good.
Yeah. And there's a couple others that I'm not going to name any names as far as the ones that I can talk about at the moment. But yeah. Yeah. So, so hopefully y'all have enjoyed that.
This has been the Highest Fuck
Like
Podcast.
and subscribe.
Our
this has
interview
been the Highest Fuck
with
Podcast.
Josh Valen.
On the fly interview.
The
with
Gigolo.
Josh
From
Valen.
Higolo, as Matt called him. But his name is Josh Valen, the Gigolo.
The Gigolo. I'm just trying to rhyme things that go together. I have no clue what we call them. We call them the male Gigolo from Higolo. Josh Valen.
The male Gigolo.
And he's got grease and sleaze and salt. I think he said something about salt.
He had a whole Ric Flair-esque rant about himself, but I don't remember exactly what he said. It was dope though. We laughed.
But y'all definitely heard that. So
it would have been at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, so y'all definitely heard that, and if of course you did. If you got this far, you did. Yeah. So if you made it this far, thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching our show, listening to our show.
Thank you again, Josh, for your show and for your interview time. And this has been the Highest Fuck Podcast. With your boys.
Matt motherfucking Jackson.
And your boy, Jedi Joe motherfucking Cool. And our boy, JB Ward, was on here for a minute. His voice
we had JB Ward on. He was on here as well. So, we had JB. He was talking to him because he had some interesting things. I thought it was cool. Anyway, we are out.
We are out like Elvis Presley.
No.